All right, we are back. Long time no see, everyone. Welcome to stream number 2 of this doubleheader. We had the Brahmas against the Guardians earlier today. Brahmas won that one 30-12, and now we are back on because in the next 5 minutes we will have the kickoff of the final game of the week between the Arlington Renegades and the Houston Roughnecks. Welcome everyone to JG9 Live. My name is Derek, and I thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys know the drill. If you've been here before, if you have any questions about anything, I'll just fire away in the chat. I'll be happy to answer. If you want to have your question moved to the front of the queue, we have the donation leaderboard. Otherwise, I'm just going to go in the order that I see the questions. But thank you for spending your Sunday night with me. And this will be the best game of the week. I am very, very convinced this will be the best game of the week. Can't be any worse than the other two. Having said that, Arlington and Houston both 1-0 teams that played last Saturday. Arlington with a great win over Vegas. Houston with a dominant win, the most convincing win of Week 1 over Orlando. Now the two Texas teams playing off to become 2-0 potentially. Joining the Battlehawks as the only two teams in the league to be 2-0. We will find out who will be that second team today. So with that being said, let's start this stream. Let's get this kicked off. Fire away with those questions, and we will have kickoff in just a bit. Does the Kings win over the Clippers change your perspective on how far they can go in the playoffs? Good question, because I did say first round exit. I still think there'll be a first round exit. They've been impressive, don't get me wrong. I still think there'll be a first round exit. I just look at the West right now. I don't see Dallas getting out in the first round. I don't see Phoenix going out in the first round. The Clippers are a scrappy team. They always find a way. I love what Ty Lue's doing there. Grizzlies, are they going to be a first round exit? Probably not. Are the Nuggets going to be a first round exit? Probably not. So I just don't see how the Kings are getting in the top 4. We have $5 from Weather Chart with the weather report in Houston. Let's see what we got here. What is the weather report in Houston Weather Chart? Let's see what we got. Partly cloudy with no chance of rain. Always good to see. Can't be any worse than what happened in Vegas. 76 degrees Fahrenheit. Rather windy. 13 to 15 mile per hour winds from the south. So special teams play is going to be affected by this. If it wasn't already, because special teams playing the XFL is not the best, as we all know nowadays. Humidity, 61%. I got Houston winning. I got Houston winning too. I have Houston winning this one too. Houston is a title favorite for a reason. I really, really like what Brandon Silvers did last week against Orlando. I think Houston wins this game, but we should have a good crowd. We should have a good crowd. I would assume you're going to get a good crowd for this one. Houston against Dallas. You have the local, or Arlington rather, you have the local rivalry aspect of it. You have the fact that the weather is pretty good from what I can tell. So we will see. Obviously that shot right there you're seeing is not of the anything that was close by. That was probably taken like an hour before the game. So we don't look into that whatsoever. Thoughts on the Orlando-San Antonio game? San Antonio started running away with it at the third. Orlando has nothing going for them. Paxton Lynch is not feeling it. Yeah, I don't know why they replaced Francois with Lynch at the end. Orlando's defense is terrible. Francois gives you a better chance to win than Lynch. He should be the guy going forward. Paxton Lynch is not the answer. I don't know why they just stopped using Martin after the first quarter. They always seem to just stop using Martin, and it makes no sense whatsoever. On top of that, the Brahmas, they need to get a run game going. The last 2 weeks, their run game has been completely non-existent. Kalen Ballage cannot be the starting going forward. It has to be Patrick, I think, getting the bulk of the reps. But Cohen looks like an MVP quality quarterback right now. Cohen looks like an MVP frontrunner. He's been playing lights out. Had a great game. 3 touchdown passes. Easily could have been 4. And Cohen's look very good. Brahmas look like a very good team. Guardians are easily the worst team in the league. Colts and Broncos were so bad throughout the season, and that Thursday night game that Little House decided to take either horse to the old, declined to take either horse to the Old Town Road. If I were a betting person, I go for Houston. They look complete and showed flashes of greatness. It was against Orlando, so we'll see if that was a flash in the pan. Yeah, you never know, because Orlando is a weird team in terms of the fact they absolutely stink. And I don't know if the over-under on their wins is 1.5, I'm taking the under. ESPN really wanted to get to that NBA game after the XFL badly. Yeah, I think they wanted to get people to switch over to ESPN too, or to keep them on with ESPN, because right now I have another monitor on ESPN. They're showing NBA Countdown. 42 minutes until tip-off of that one was when the T-Wolves and the Warriors. This is my first week in the XFL, so I don't really know what is going on. I watched the video and all the special rules. I'm just cheering for whatever team I like the best. maxing this 200 character limit. Yeah, there's no reason to pick a team. There's no real reason. Just go with whatever your heart tells you. I just like watching the good football. I like watching that. Yeah, the special rules, I mean, you'll see the kickoff, you'll see clock runs. It's nothing crazy. It's nothing crazy. The clock will run on incomplete passes outside of 2 minutes. You have the conversion rules are different, the kickoff rules are a bit different, but other than that, like, the rules are not crazy. All right, attendance at this game. Lower Bowl does not look that full, but they did fill it all the way around. Stadium holds about 40K if you include the upper deck and whatnot, so I would wager 12K again. Probably go 12K. Wade Phillips, Bob Stoops, probably the best coaching matchup of the season you're going to see right here. Any interesting stories about Leroy Selman? Off the top of my head, no, but he's a great player. Obviously, the first ever pick the Buccaneers made. I'm sure there's something out there if I look hard enough. Most underrated team in MLB? Don't sleep on the D-backs. If their bullpen is semi-competent this year and not the worst in baseball, don't sleep on Arizona. Yeah, watch BattleBots back in the day. Yeah. Oh yeah, Defenders they're also 2-0. Yeah, I forgot. Forgot about them. Because Seattle's 0-2, Vegas is 0-2, and obviously Orlando is 0-2. All right, Arlington will get the ball to start this game off on the kickoff. Again, ball's got to cross the 20-yard line. Do you plan on doing more color commentary for the college and pro games on Network TV and ESPN? I'll do USFL if it goes well. NFL, I'll do Monday Night Football if it goes well. We'll see. But I really love doing these streams. You guys really seem to like them, so I have no problem with that. We are underway. Arlington against Houston. And they will start this drive at the 25-yard line. So that's where the Renegades will start off. Quarterback is going to be Drew Plitt, as it was last week. Just show the game, no one cares enough to strike it. There's not a chance in the world I would do that. There was not a chance in the world. Game's on ESPN 2. Again, I'm not showing the game on my stream. I'm legally not allowed to do that. If I could, I would, but I'm legally not allowed to do that. I would get sued. I would get struck. I would get taken down. I would get everything under the sun. First pass is intercepted. Intercepted. 43-yard line is where the Roughnecks will take over. So Plitt threw one pick last week, and he's already got one here today. They're going to start opposing territory right away. The Houston Roughnecks. What a start to this game for them, picking up right where they left off defensively. Plitt stared down his guy the whole way. A terrible throw. He had a corner and a safety coming over. He was blanketed on the play. Intercepted there by Harris, number 3, the cornerback. And that is where the Roughnecks will start off with Brandon Silvers under center. St. Louis is selling upper bowl tickets. Yeah, they might average 30K a game. They might go 40K a game even. Especially if the Battlehawks keep winning. Like, they might do very, very well. I'm excited to see that crowd. 2nd and 9 after the run from 1 yard. Let's see. Would it be easy to say DC is the best XFL team after 2 weeks? Houston. Houston, if they do what I think they're going to do, I think Houston is the best team. Battlehawks I'm not crazy about. I'm not sold on McCarron. I'm not sold on AJ McCarron. He does not look good. Hit on the throw, but completes it. Silvers gets it to go to the 26-yard line. Or 27-yard line is where they're going to mark him. It is John Trey Kirkland. Got hit hard on the throw. Doesn't matter. Gets it to go at the 27-yard line. So they're already in field goal range, although it is pretty windy there. In fact, there's 3 teams league-wide in the state of Texas. Reminds you of the New York having 3 teams, Jets, Giants, and Bills. I mean, they're not really all in New York. Also, there's 32 teams versus 8, so it's a bit different. Florida's got 3 teams. California's got 4. Like, that's not really a big deal. Run to the 23-yard line, gain of 4. It is going to be Max Borghi on the run. College star and Leroy, they couldn't play the first few games of his career at OU because of a heart issue that almost ended his career. Really? I did not know that. Good for him to recover from that. Good for him. Did not know that story. Most likely surprise team in each division. I guess the Red Sox by default in the East. Equally pass trying to go over the middle. Falls incomplete. Good coverage on the play there by Jamal Carter, the free safety. So that brings up 3rd and 6. AL Central. I mean, I think the White Sox now with a manager not named Tony La Russa could be good. AL West, surprise team. One of these years, the Angels have to put it together. One of these years. NL East. It's either the Marlins or the Nats by default, and I don't believe in the Nats, so I guess the Marlins. NL Central, Brew Crew, NL West, D-backs. Equally passed, they try the back shoulder throw. Not on the same page whatsoever, so 4th and 6, we'll see what they do here. 23-yard line, so you're looking at a 40, 41-yard field goal. Something along those lines. Tries the back shoulder throw. It's a nice tight spiral, but not on the same page whatsoever. They are going to try the field goal. It is going to be on the field goal attempt. Hunter Duplessis. 4th and 6, 42 yards out. Corey on the snap. It's good. The hold is good, and the kick is good right down the middle, 42 yards out. So Houston gets good field position, and they get 3 points out of it. Plitt threw a pick. Gave the Roughnecks good positioning to start off, and they capitalized to some extent with 3 points on this drive. So 3-0 Roughnecks. What do you think about the Battlehawks? I'm not sold on McCarron. I'm just not sold on him whatsoever. He has not played well in either games. He's missing open guys. I think the Battlehawks might be a fluke. I think they might be a fluke. The XFL should be paying you. Thank you so much. I just love doing this. I love doing this. If it brings good publicity, if it keeps alternate football around, I love it. It's amazing that folks can get away with showing TV programs on their Insta story, maybe because the posts are 15 seconds long. Yeah, there's a difference. There's also like a whole fair use thing. How much did you use? 15 seconds versus a whole TV program. Bit different. There's no fair use if I show a full game. There's no fair use. But part of the problem that YouTube and TikTok have to deal with now, people are abusing copyright. I don't know if you noticed this. People are abusing copyright by showing full-length clips of stuff, and they get away with it because the content ID filters can't pick it up because they show something underneath it. If you want to know why all these creators are showing TikToks of like, they're showing videos of Family Guy or copyrighted material, and then there's Subway Surfers underneath it or some mobile game or something else happening, that's why. Part of it is because people's attention spans, it works on that level. But another part of it is that you get around copyright that way. And YouTube and TikTok have to figure out a way because they're going to get into massive trouble. There's going to be some lawsuit that comes out in the next 5 years of some creator that blatantly abuses the system. Like, I think we will see a situation at some point in the next year or so where someone will air the Super Bowl on YouTube, but they'll do it in a way where the Super Bowl takes up 1/4 of the screen. There'll be a Subway Surfers game on the other corner. There'll be another mobile game on another corner, and there'll be like a Family Guy footage on the other corner. So you can't detect it, but they will be showing the Super Bowl live on stream. I can predict that will happen in the next year or two. And the NFL will have, and whatever network is airing that game, NBC, CBS, Fox, they'll have their hands full with YouTube and with the uploader because you can't detect it. There are certain things, if you zoom it in big enough or you zoom it in a certain way, you can't detect it. You have a big YouTuber that airs the Super Bowl and they do it in a way where content ID can't strike it or can't claim it because it's only on 25% of the screen, and you don't title it Super Bowl stream, you title it something like nondescript, like just live stream or just a random name. I'm telling you, that's going to be a major, major problem going on. Major problem that's going to happen. You just gave me an idea. I could show highlights of these games, but that's also a bit dicey. That's also a bit, I mean, I could do highlight videos after the fact, but people already do that. So there's nothing I could do that networks aren't doing already. How's it sound for AFL 2024? Portland, San Jose, Vegas, Denver, no loss. San Antonio, Jacksonville, Nashville, Charlotte, Columbus, Philly, NYC. Not crazy about that alignment. So take out Vegas. I don't think they would do well. They never did well. Take out Vegas, put in either Arizona or put in Spokane. I'd also probably get rid of New Orleans. Probably get rid of New Orleans. Or San Antonio. Get rid of one of the two. But where would I put? Who would I make the other one? Spokane and Arizona would probably be those two. East Division, you gotta have Philly. New York City probably take out, put in Tampa Bay. Charlotte take out, put in Orlando. I think that's the best way to do it. Albany probably deserves a team too. Albany, DC, Baltimore, somewhere in that area. But I think 12 teams will be how they do it. All right, so Arlington is going to get this ball 1st and 10. Looking to do better after that one-play drive. They're going to be backed up on the 9-yard line after kickoff. No, those aren't ads for mobile games. Those are just ways to get around copyright. No, those are not ads for mobile games. Those are ways to capitalize on people's short attention spans, or ways to get people to rewatch the TikTok or the YouTube short so that they watch it multiple times and it increases the retention rate since you're watching a new thing both times. Or, most likely, it's a way to get around copyright. Oh yeah, I've seen full episodes of Jeopardy on YouTube. I've seen full episodes. There's so much copyrighted stuff. It gets struck down, and they get their channel removed, but then they just create another one. 2nd and 11. Catch made at 13-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play will be 3rd and 6. Like, I see some people complaining, and I get it, about like content ID filters and like how they can just automatically copyright claim it without any context whatsoever, and they just copyright claim it to start with bots. And look, on one hand, it stinks when that happens to me. It stinks. But on the other hand, I get why there's content ID, because if it wasn't, you'd have all these... If it wasn't for that, you know how much money all these businesses and corporations would be losing by people abusing the copyright system? Screen pass, gain of 12 on the screen. It is a 1st down, ball at the 25-yard line, so they get out of wherever they were. They were backed up like crazy. Davion Smith. Plitt with a nice easy completion there. Smith picks up 12, 1st down. But yeah, if I were to predict, I'm telling you, next year someone will air the Super Bowl on YouTube live while showing mobile games on the other 3 corners of the screen. Someone will do it. Seen so many Family Guy videos are zoomed in every 5 seconds for the most random cuts. Yeah, that's part of why. That's part of why they get around it that way. People upload full NFL games onto YouTube but they get around it. I can show you an example. They get around it. They don't get claimed. They don't get claimed by the filters because they zoom in every 5 seconds. I want to see if I can find one. But they zoom in. Yeah, like this is a.
I'll play on the right.
Yeah, I found one. Let's see. Is it copyright claim? Because you can check if a video got copyright by the NFL. Now, if you go to streamable.com, you type in the YouTube link, you can see if the NFL blocked it or not. Because it will say it's unable to be viewed on this device because the NFL claimed it. Yeah, this is one. Someone uploaded the full game of Cowboys-Jaguars. It's not copyright claim. They're making money off of it. And the reason why is because they zoom in to a point where it's like not watchable, but you can make out what's happening. If it ends against the express written consent of the league, they could, but at what price? Yeah, here's the thing. Express written consent of the league is complete nonsense. It's complete nonsense. Because you ever see those announcements? Any description of the game without written consent from the league is prohibited. That means, and I learned this in copyright law, that means that if I was at work and I want to talk about the game with buddies, I can't do that unless I have permission from the NFL. Obviously, that's complete nonsense, but that's what that means. It means I'm not allowed to talk about the game. Any description of the game, any description of what I saw, without the NFL's permission, not allowed. That is a sack on the play. Got to get rid of that. Loss of 2. 3rd and 16. Plitt has taken 2 sacks today, and it's thrown a pick. Not a great start. Yeah, AFL's rebooting next year. Doing Vegas, I mean, the attendance was never great in Vegas. The attendance was never great. Yeah, Bart Simpson has a lot of games. Although, granted, a lot of those games are older games. But yeah, there are a lot of accounts that they post full games, and that's clearly not fair use. I mean, I love it. It's easier to find footage that way, but it's obviously it's not fair use. You're uploading the whole thing. It hurts the market to some extent because you're taking away what the NFL could do, especially if the NFL uploaded it themselves. Plitt spins right into the sack. I don't know what he was doing there. Plitt just spun right into that. Sack on the play there by the Roughnecks. Emmanuel Ellerby on the sack. But it looked like he was going to roll out to the near side and spun back to the far side, and it just... 3 sacks, 4th and a mile, 4th and 26. Ball at the 9-yard line where they started off, so they're right back in that zone where they were before. Just pulling my charger in. Right back where they were before. Going to get this punt off. It's a bit of a short one, bit of a line drive. Field at the 50, 40. Cuts back, 35, 30, 25. Cuts again, 20, 15, 10. Down at the 9-yard line. There is a flag on the play, but it came at the line of scrimmage. It did not come on the return itself. It came at the line of scrimmage. If it stands after the great return there by William Likely, then that will be 1st and goal. We will see what happens. William Likely, is it likely going to stand? We will see. It's on the Roughnecks. It is on the Roughnecks. Again, it came at the line of scrimmage. William Likely with a monster return, a 41-yard return on the line drive punt. And they actually would have been just as good if they went for it because they're getting the ball at the 9-yard line. So 1st and goal for the Roughnecks. They had great field position on the first drive. They got to field goal out of it. They got to get 6 out of this at least. We'll see what happens. I don't get why they claim all VHS copies of games from the 70s and 80s. It's probably just for one particular play. It's not for a lot of... It's probably for one particular play. Like, usually if a game gets claimed, it's because there was a highlight that was shown, or a commercial that was shown, or something like that. What I have noticed lately, which I hate, is that is a touchdown pass. Bit high on the throw, but it is caught. Brandon Silvers throws completed 9-0 on the slant route. Flying start for the Roughnecks. Catch there by Nick Holly. Holly, if you hear me, touchdown. But what I have noticed, and that is definitely a touchdown, we got 1 foot in, is NFL Throwback, when they upload games, a lot of times now, they'll upload the intro that NBC had or that CBS had, like the actual CBS intro, the NBC intro, that doesn't apply to any specific game, but it, like you can pop and put it into any other thing at that time, like the NFL NBC 89 intro. I know the reason they do that. The reason they do that, as a 2-point conversion, tipped and caught. Tipped at the line and caught, 11-0. Tip pass, they get 8 out of it. And what a catch there, John Trey Kirkland. So Holly with the touchdown, Kirkland with the 2-point conversion, dancing all the way to the sideline, 11-0. What a start for the Roughnecks. The odds-on favorite to win the title, and it is not hard to see why watching them play right now. But the reason they do that is because anything that NFL Throwback uploads automatically gets put in the Content ID system. And that means that if I upload anything, or anyone uploads anything that matches the footage, 9 seconds worth, continuous, it gets claimed by NFL because of that. So they upload the intros to the games now so that they can automatically claim stuff that way. And that's how they claim a lot of these old footage. A lot of people don't realize that. They're like, oh, they upload the intro to the game. Like, I'm so glad they did this. Like, it's so nice, nostalgic hearing the intro. No, they're doing that because now everything gets copyright claimed if anyone tries to upload any NBC game from like 89 to 90 with whatever that intro was. So that's why they do it. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that's definitely one of the side effects of it. We need to in Moscow, Idaho. Yes, we do. you think someone should sing the Burger King at the Super Bowl? I mean, it'd be better than any of the ads this year. I mean, by God, the ads this year were terrible. Tubi was like the only bright spot. I used to put a full games on my channel, but it's a waste of time. Yeah, I used to watch them on your channel all the time. You do it on Rumble and Odyssey for now, yeah. The Houston's defense is going to be good. Thomas Muller's another one. The guy that Super Bowl got banned. Good night, Heath. Thank you, guys. Thank you for tuning in. The guy that got... Did he get banned? Did Aiden Russ get banned? Because he was the guy that took the Super Bowl, but that was on kick. That was on kick. He got banned on Twitch, but that was because he announced that he was moving to kick. But he didn't stream it on Twitch. He streamed it on kick. That was never a YouTube thing. That was never a YouTube thing or a Twitch thing. That was a kick thing. The NFL's on it. The NFL is going to be on it. If they're getting their ducks in a row, they're going to fire it. Banished to the beach, that makes you old. I mean, a screenshot of the simple thing and tag me. All right, let me see this. Let me see this. I'm looking right now. I'm trying to load up my Twitter right now. I need to see this. But I'm telling you, this is how someone's going to do it. Someone is absolutely going to do it like this. Yep, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, someone is going to do the game like this. Someone is absolutely going to stream the Super Bowl next year on YouTube like this. And it's going to be a massive problem. They will do it in a way where they will try to avoid getting copyright. They might do some zoom-ins every now and then. They released numbers on how well the ads did. Like USA Today ad meter, it's the lowest it's ever been. Like the He Gets Us ad was in the top 10. The He Gets Us ad was in the top 10, which tells you everything you need to know. And that was like a 6.1. Usually the highest ads are like in the 7s and the 8s. The best ad this year, I think, got a 6.8. 1st and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line for the Renegades. They need something going here after a disastrous start to this game. Klitsch is going to give it off to Smith. Picks up 1 yard on the run, so nothing doing there. 2nd and 9. The Arena Football League's coming back. Is coming back. I think they're going to call holding, though. They're going to call holding, it looks like. So from bad to worse. In the next few weeks, expect the lawsuit to come to the guy who streamed the Super Bowl kick. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. There's no way it's not coming. There's no way. It will come to kick. It will come to Aiden Ross. It will happen. You can bet that Fox and the NFL are drafting up their complaints right now. I'm a bit surprised it hasn't been served already, but you can bet it's coming. He streamed it to 150,000 people without consent. He took audience away from Fox and advertisers and whatnot. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming. The NFL is going to lay the hammer on them. I've seen what they've done to some of these channels. I've seen what they've done. There's no way they're not going to lay the hammer on a guy that streamed the Super Bowl illegally to 150,000 people. Lions-Niners 83, awful missed kick by Murray. Really should have made that field goal. Do you think the XFL will last? I think it lasts at least another season. Flint, incomplete pass. He has had a rough game so far. Now, obviously, it's way too early to think about it, but you do have Kyle Sloter as your backup quarterback. Played in the NFL for a bit. Played pretty soon with the Jaguars. You find is that Fox streams Super Bowl for free with no authentication required. Yeah, no authentication required, but they pay for the rights to do that. And the idea is that they stream the game so that you then watch all, like, you see their ads and whatnot. Just because it's free doesn't mean anything. Flit drops back, throws past the sticks. It's a low throw. Did he catch it? Renegades saying yes. Obviously, they're a bit biased. Did he catch this ball? Intended target is Tyler Vaughn's. Looked like the ball moved. Looked like he did not have control. So that looks like it's going to be a 3-and-out. And no complaints there from Vaughn's. 4th and 12. Do I think the USFL will last past season 2? See, I don't think they will. Because the thing with the USFL is they're doing the hubs to keep costs down, but I don't know how they're going to keep costs down because you have 4 hubs. So you're still traveling a lot, but you're not going to get any attendance. And the punt is fielded by the Renegades at the 39-yard line. So that's where the Roughnecks will take off. First play all day that Houston will run in their own territory. Do you think the Lions will win their division next year? If Rodgers doesn't come back, yes. As a Colts fan, as much as I don't like the Jags, congrats on winning the division. Thank you so much. It beats the Titans. I'm from Delaware, so I should be an Eagles fan. First time seeing your face. Yeah. I don't show my face on like actual videos because it doesn't add anything, and it just takes longer to edit if I do, but stream, I love doing it. Did the MLB try to fool the Expos and Twins? All right, let's see this one first. 7-yard gain. So 2nd and 3 at the 46. Did they try to fool the Expos and Twins in the early 2000s? So we thought about doing a video on it. So here's the thing. I spoke to Bud Selig about it. I spoke to Commissioner Selig. I asked him that question straight up about contraction and whatnot. He said that was never going to happen. He said never in a million years would he have allowed a team to contract. So take that for what it is. Selig said, now obviously the reports say that people were thinking about, but Selig said he himself, they were never in a million years would he ever try to contract a team. All right, Cole McDonald is in the game. I spoke about him a lot last week. Cole McDonald from Hawaii. Had a cannon of an arm with the Rainbow Warriors. He got drafted by the Titans. Only problem with McDonald was he had a weird throwing motion back then. It was like a javelin. It was like he was throwing a javelin. Yeah, Bud was kind of the one who stopped it almost. Renegades called him out. They only have 1 left in this half. There were strong rumors, but Selig swears that he was very honest, very transparent about everything. He swears he never was going to do it. There are some... He said the Expos had to move. He said he had no problem with the Expos moving. As sad as it was, he had no problem with them moving. It just wasn't the right fit. The stadium, the situation wasn't great. But he never was going to contract teams. But there were a lot of rumors. You know, it's MLB, it's not the MLB, but it's funny because people say the MLS, but it's MLS. Right, handoff up the middle to Borghi. It is a first down, gain of about 3 as they get into Arlington territory. Yeah, I like the Roughnecks logo. I think it's really well done. Am I surprised Flores got another defensive coordinator job? No, I'm not. I'm not surprised. If the Twins were stuck in the Metrodome, I think they would have moved eventually, but they were never going to contract. Yeah, other owners wanted it, but Selig himself never wanted it. Selig himself never wanted contraction. Other owners wanted it as a way to save money. But Selig was never going to contract the teams. He was never going to do it. Holtz fan because of Payton and Marvin Harrison, first team I ever played with in Madden. And that's not a bad reason to root for a team. Not a bad reason at all. And they were a fun team to watch back in the 2000s as much as they beat us every single time for the most part. 2nd and 7. Silvers drops back over the middle, incomplete, just past the outstretched arms of his receiver. Intended target on the play, Nick Holly, who caught the touchdown earlier. So 3rd and 7. Yeah, Metrodome was terrible. Metronome was absolutely terrible. I don't know how they got a Super Bowl. To this day, I don't know. Even capacity-wise, it was one of the lowest attended Super Bowls because of the capacity. Well, the 46. Do I watch AEW? I'm not a huge wrestling fan, so I don't watch AEW. I don't really watch a lot of wrestling. Yeah, the owner's vote. Yeah, the owner's vote. Sealy never was going to contract him. Going deep, incomplete pass. No flag on the play. Fly route there. Couldn't get it going. 4th and 7. Probably going to punt this ball away. So back-to-back misfires by Silvers. They try some deep shots. It doesn't work. And they're going to punt this ball away. Try and pin the Renegades deep. What do you think of the pitch clock? I love it. Speed up the game. There's no reason. I mean, it worked back in the 70s. People were right back in the box. People were throwing right away. There's no reason you can't do that now. There's no reason this should take 40 seconds in between pitches. And for the people complaining about how could you like that it means less baseball? It doesn't mean less baseball. It just means more baseball in fewer amount of time. How is that a bad thing? I fail to see how that's a bad thing. I really fail to see how that's a bad thing. It's like if I could make a proposal for the NFL to cut games from 3 hours, 10 minutes to 2 hours and 40 minutes on average, while having the same number of plays in there, hypothetically, would people say you're ruining the sport? You're taking away football? No, because it's the same amount of football that's being played. I think the pitch clock is great. Guys threw quickly. They got into the box quickly. Back in the 70s, back in the 80s. It's taking too long nowadays for no reason. There's too much dead time. A lot of the draw to baseball is the anticipation that kills a lot of that. I mean, I would compromise and say 9th inning in a 2-run game or less and extra innings, no pitch clock. If you want to do that, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But I'm fine with pitch clock as it is. No, there didn't used to be a pitch clock. Guys just went fast. They didn't dilly-dally. They got the ball and they threw. Yeah, there didn't used to be a pitch clock, but guys just went. Plus, the pitch clock is 15 seconds. And the rules say 12 seconds. So it's actually longer than what's in the rule book that was never enforced. I like the pitch clock, but I don't like the ban on shifts. See, I don't like the ban on shifts. Wait, in this XFL game, I think, are they arguing that they just challenged the play? Are they arguing that Houston touched the ball? I don't know what the challenge was. No, they're out of timeouts, they're out of challenges. I don't know what that challenge was, and that's a loss of 2 on the run. I don't know what that challenge was. It looked like there was nothing to challenge. But either way, running back was never down there. Keith Ford is not down, so he actually gets a few yards. Any videos about baseball leagues in Japan and their history? Probably not. Would you do a video about contraction? It's too well known of a story, I think. Plus, other people have done it, and I don't want to get anything wrong because look, Sealy flat out said it was never going to happen. Yeah, pitch clock is good. If you're telling me I can watch the same amount of baseball and be back at my apartment in 3 hours. All right, there's some car that's passing by that's playing Space Age Love Song. I don't know why. Hopefully the broadcast doesn't pick up on it. I don't get clean for that. But great Flock of Seagulls song. Previous stream I asked about some of the greatest almost upsets. I don't think anyone mentioned 83 Lions. Yeah, no one mentioned that one. I wouldn't change the pitch clock in late innings as the NBA shot clock change. That is a good point to some extent, but that's also during play. Yeah, once teams get used to it, you have a whole month to adjust. They'll get used to it. Personal foul, face mask on the defense, so first down for the Renegades. Yep, clear face mask there. Right call. Face mask committed by number 4. William Likely had the pick earlier, or the punt return earlier, rather. Who was on the Lions besides Billy Sims? Was Hipple their quarterback back then, or was it Danielson? I think it was Hipple. I think Hipple was the quarterback at that point. First and 10, ball is at the 37-yard line. Handoff. It's at the 40, cuts. 44-yard line is where he's going to go out of bounds. It looks like it was Adrian Killens on the run. And that'll take us to the end of the quarter. Houston leads 11-0 after a flying start. Yeah, they named it after the Simpsons episode. But yeah, I don't like the ban on shifts. The problem with shifts in my mind is, look, you can beat the shift by just bunting. That's the other thing. You can beat the shift by bunting. Yeah, Lions have the longest playoff win drought. 91, they have the longest playoff win drought. The other thing with the shift is that this is like telling NFL teams you can't blitz, or NBA teams saying you can't play zone defense. You can't play press. I hate that. I hate that we're just telling teams what they can and can't do. What about designated runners for extra innings? As long as it's not in the postseason, I'm okay with it. Honestly, there's no reason for regular season games to take 15 innings and for teams to deplete their bullpen for 5 extra games because of it. There's no reason. No ghost runner in the postseason. No. If you want to, here's the thing. I would do ghost runner in regular season. Runner starts on first, so that you can pitch a perfect game and still win. Because part of the problem right now is that you can pitch a perfect game and lose. Because runner starts on second, ground ball gets him over third, fly ball gets him home. I hate that. Runner on first, fine with it. Postseason, no way. Yeah, just like NHL, like the shootout, only in regular. The moment they do it in the postseason, there will be rightful uproar over it. I would hate that in the playoffs. Regular season, because, look, the problem is that right now, if you don't have a way to speed up the game in the regular season in extra innings, the problem is that teams deplete their bullpen. And now you're screwed for the next 4 games because of it. I hate that. Will they ban the QB sneak? No. They might ban the push. They'll ban the push where you can't push the QB over, but they won't ban the sneak. Auto intentional walk makes sense, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it, but I get it. Should be 12th to 13th inning and the runner on first. Yeah, 10th inning, I think 10th inning should be regular. And then 11th inning, you start with runner on first. That's how I would do it. Show the game. I legally cannot show the game, Robert. I legally cannot show the game. It's funny, the XFL score, like the XFL data center, their website has the score wrong. It says 13-0 Roughnecks, but it's not 13-0. Unless they're way ahead and they somehow lose 44 yards on this play. Wasn't Bud Staley the one who finally implemented early play? Yes. Well, part of the thing was that what never made any sense in Selig's eyes was that the AL and the NL had 2 separate commissioners. He was like, we talk about the same issues. We play the same sport. We do the same things. But then they go off to their room but then the commissioners go off to their separate rooms. Why are we doing this? It's just a confusing mess. Look, there was a time where the AL almost had different playoff rules than the NL. There was a time the AL wanted to expand the playoffs to 4 teams in each league in the league, and the NL would be at 2. Like that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. All right, they pick up the first down. Renegades finally getting a bit of a drive going. Ball is at the 44, 45-yard line. You should make a sign under the donation saying, legally, I can't show the game. I have not seen Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Nor, the reviews were not great. And on top of that, not that I like care about the reviews necessarily, but I don't really want to watch a 3-hour funeral. The runtime is what's killing me. The runtime, like, these movies are getting too long for no reason. Like, I don't see how a Black Panther movie should be 3 hours. At the 47-yard line, first down, back shoulder throw, incomplete. Whittingham throws it up. I'm a bit surprised they didn't call delay of game on that. Did he get the foot in? They don't have a challenge with... There is the sky judge again. Did he get this foot in? Did Willingham get the foot down when he caught it? He might have, honestly. Honestly, that's a lot closer than I thought. But they're not over... And now they are going to intervene. Sky Judge is coming in and intervening it. It looked like for a second he got the foot in. It really did. On that second angle, it looked like he did. Why the Brewers joined the NL? Because they didn't want interleague play over the course of the whole season. So you had to have 14 and 16, and the Brewers were just the easiest fit. Because you couldn't do 15-15. Not back then, at least. It took until the late 90s for that reason, with the because Sealy became commissioner in the 90s, and he thought it never made any sense why the AL and NL had different commissioners. So until about the MLB function more like two league, sort of, yeah, sort of. Play stands. Oh wow, the play is standing. I thought he caught it for a second. Would I prefer AL and L to be more the same or have a greater difference in the rule book? I mean, I like having no DH. I think the DH kind of takes stuff away, but I get it. And horrible camera work there by they completely missed the play. It's a run that goes nowhere. 3rd and 10. Do I think Major League Baseball will expand to Japan? No. No, I don't think that's going to happen. If they expand internationally, it'll be Mexico. If they expand internationally, the city that Bud Selig says keep an eye out on is Monterrey. Not Mexico City. He says Monterrey. As a Yankee hater, I'm happy they moved the Astros to the AL. Oh, could you imagine if the Astros were still in the NL? The bloodbath between the Astros, Dodgers, and Mets as they spend every year, and the Cardinals. And that is tipped, and that is incomplete. Dangerous pass there. 4th and 8. Straight out, the Braves won the World Series in one decade. They were in Milwaukee. Yeah, I mean, look, the Cleveland Rams won the title in 1945. In 1946, they were in LA. Should MLB expand to Mexico? I think not before Nashville, Portland, and Charlotte. But yeah, I think Mexico would be a great choice. Will Likely on the return. Marquette King the punt. Fielded at the 10 by Likely. Likely had a 43-yard return earlier, and he fumbles that one. He fumbles that one. It is recovered by the Renegades, 23-yard line. So they will be in Houston territory for the first time today. An up-and-down game for Likely. An up-and-down game for him. He got called for a face mask that got Arlington out of danger zone. And then he fumbles the ball. He had the 43-yard return earlier, but he fumbles that one. Had a face mask. This is an up-and-down game, and here we go. Bring MLB back to Montreal, move the Marlins there. No, not going to happen. Not going to happen. Astros should have stayed in the NL, and the Diamondbacks or Rockies should have moved to the NL. All right, so if you do that, you put the... All right, incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. Wait, so let me think about that. Astros stay in the NL. Well, the problem is that gives you 6 teams in the NL Central, so you have to move one over to the NL West. Moving the Astros over to the NL West? I mean, you could, but I'm not crazy about it. Just having the rivalry with Texas helps. There's no reason they shouldn't have the rivalry together. Speaking of the Braves, one play for the franchise in all 3 cities. Do I know who that was? I would guess Hank Aaron, but I'm not sure. Puerto Rico, probably not going to happen. Just economically, it wouldn't make sense. Economically, it wouldn't make any sense. Travel would be a lot. Could you get 40,000 to show up a night? Or 30,000 a night? I mean, they didn't do it for the Expos, so I don't know. And that Sam held 19,000. Flint, take it off! Down at the 10-yard line. QB keeper, gain of about 13. So 1st and 10, maybe 1st and goal. We'll see where they mark it. If any team should leave the Sunshine State, it would be the Rays. Yeah, the Rays remove. The Rays are good as gone if they don't get a new stadium. And wait, were they going to expand to Cuba before Castro? I don't know. Sealy never talked about that. But we did talk about baseball in Cuba, but he never talked about expanding to Cuba. 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line. All right. Yeah, I just don't know, like at MLB ticket prices, I don't know how you're going to be able to have a team in Puerto Rico get 30,000 fans a game. I don't know how it's going to happen. 2nd and goal. Plitt drops back, throws on a drag route, caught at the 5-yard line, powers his way to the 4-yard line. Catch on the play made by Davion Smith to the running back. So 3rd and goal. Do I watch hockey? Yeah, I like watching hockey. I don't have a favorite team. But I like watching hockey, yeah. It will be to Winnipeg, Calgary, and Edmonton. No. No way. Vancouver and Montreal are way more likely before we even go Winnipeg, Calgary, and Edmonton. Yeah, rebrand the Marlins back to the Florida Marlins. I like that branding. I don't like the branding now. Touchdown in the back of the end zone. Plitt fires. Touchdown. Is that Luwan Winningham, looks like? So the likely fumble hurts them big time. They are going to go for 2. And we're in Hawaii, no way. Yeah, it is. It is Winningham. Winning on that play. And we're in Hawaii. Travel would be a nightmare. Time zones would be a nightmare. You couldn't do it. So to make it a 3-point game, favorite pro baseball player, I mean, the reason I became a Cardinals fan was Albert Pujols, so I gotta say Pujols. If we mean active, I really like Goldie. It's a shovel pass from the 5-yard. Why are you calling that from the 5-yard line? I've never seen a shovel pass work from the 5-yard line. Why are you calling that? From the 2-yard line, I get it, but the 5, really? Okay. Either way, they take the likely fumble, they turn it into 6. Winningham with the touchdown, and we have a game again, folks. 11-6. And 9:23 left in the quarter. Again, while we have this break in the action, just a few things to keep an eye out on. Number 1, I'm on patreon.com. If you want early access to videos and the ability to request future video topics for me to cover, then check out my Patreon page. I'm fulfilling a Patreon request for Tuesday's video. Yeah, Steelix in Arizona. Yeah. I'm fulfilling a request for on Tuesday's video for a patron, which should be a really, really fun story to do. Something Super Bowl related, so keep an eye out on that. JG7 baseball content, we have that up and running. We should have 2 videos out this week, maybe 3 if all goes according to plan. JG8, we have college football content coming out. 2 videos coming out this week, hopefully. JG9, we have videos every single day. So just something to look forward to. We have live NFL trivia Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. And again, week 3 for the XFL. I might stream Saturday. That is up in the air. That is tentative. We will see. Sunday, I will not be streaming any of the games week 3. So it will not happen because I'm on a cruise. Ceiling for JG7 would be possible. I don't think so. Love that man, but I don't think it would be possible. I don't think it would be possible. If I can find a really cool Hank Aaron story, I might be able to, because he raves about Hank Aaron all the time. New Mexico needs a Big Four franchise. I don't know about that, but Big Five, MLS, I could see New Mexico United. What league? MLS. MLS should have Albuquerque. MLS should have Albuquerque. New Mexico United does incredibly well. It boggles the mind how the Phoenix Cardinals kept that branding for so long without even getting a stadium in that town. Yeah, the branding was all off. Everything about the Cardinals is how not to run a team. How not to run a team when you move there. They had the second highest ticket prices in the league, but they never sold out. Makes no sense. The baseball goat. Ooh. He's the greatest baseball player of all time. It's tough because you have hitting and pitching. Pitching, I'd say Nolan Ryan. Hitting, I'd say Babe Ruth. I'm not really sure I can say there's a GOAT. Could Jacksonville get any other big league teams, or would the Sages be a one-team city? I mean, I could see them. I mean, they support all their teams well. They support the Jumbo Shrimp well. They support their ECHL team well. They got 12,000 fans the other night for that team. They support the Sharks well in the AFL. I could see them getting a team down the road in another league. Probably won't be for a while, but at some point, maybe. I'll put it this way. If Tampa Bay moves, if the Rays move out and they move like Nashville or Charlotte or somewhere, they move out, I could see 15 years down the line, they want to expand to Florida again, and Jacksonville puts their hand in the bucket, or they put their name in the bucket, and they say, we can build a stadium for you. MLS, let's see how they support the new team coming up in USL, because they have a team coming up in the USL Championship. But I could see it. I could see it. Field at the 15-yard line, down at the 18-yard line. That's where the Roughnecks will start this drive. Nolan Ryan isn't a top 5 pitcher all time. Ooh. That's a hot take. I mean, I have a feeling I know who you think is number 1. I have a feeling you're going Tom as number 1. Which I can't argue against. I can't argue against. I'm not going to say no to Tom as number 1. If that's who you think is number 1, I have a feeling I know who you're going to say. Gain of 8 on the play, 2nd and 2, both the 26-yard line. Will the Guardians relocate to San Francisco? No. If they relocate, I think it's going to be the East Coast. I think Vegas goes to San Diego. Guardians, maybe Portland, Sacramento, Omaha. If they go East Coast, somewhere like Virginia Beach, maybe. I don't know. The Saints will relocate if they have to. I mean, I don't think they're going to. If they absolutely have to? Mexico or San Antonio? Yeah, U.S. won't go for promotion relegation. I'd love to see it, though. Will Nolan Ryan's stats ever be matched? No. They're saying incomplete pass. Play on the sideline. It was Deontay Burnett who tried to make the grab, but that ball hit the ground. He trapped it and then caught it between his legs. A for the effort, but not going to happen. 4th and 3, 3 and out. So after a horrible start for the Renegades, about the worst 6 minutes any XFL team has played, not counting the Brahmas against the Battlehawks, the Renegades have taken pretty good control of this game. Race Porter on the punt. Adrian Killens back there to return. Punted at the 25-yard line. It is a grounder that takes a favorable bounce to some extent. Arlington will get this ball at the 31-yard line. How is the Superdome still around nearly 5 decades later? Good location. A lot of renovations. A lot of money put into renovations. Los Santos de Mexico City. If the Saints move to Mexico City. Los Santos is not a bad name. Vipers have a bigger fan base to play Legion? Absolutely. Absolutely they would. It's actually a stadium. Official attendance for the Brahmas Guardians game, 12,011. That doesn't shock me. Sounds about right. Attendance numbers have not been great. They've not been on par with XFL 2020, minus San Antonio. Obviously, St. Louis will be the exception. San Antonio will get around 25,000 fans a game, 24,000 a game. St. Louis will probably get somewhere around 35,000 a game, which is incredible. They're selling upper-level tickets. There's going to be a game where they fill the dome. I'm convinced of it. If they play a playoff game in St. Louis, get 65,000 people there, oh my goodness, that's going to be such a big boost for the league. But they have teams like the Vipers, who are minor league. Yeah, MLS or relegation is not going to work in U.S. sports. It just won't work. There's no way. I'd love to see it happen. It won't happen. The owners would never go for it. San Diego should absolutely get an XFL team. Yes. Did Steelix have anything to say about doping in his classes? Yes. So he hates the cheaters like that. He thinks they should be kept out of the Hall of Fame. Bonds, Clemens, McGuire, all those guys kept out. He said on Ortiz, he doesn't know where people got the idea that Ortiz failed the test, because that he was part of the report, because he wasn't. So he was like, I don't know where people got the idea about Ortiz, because that never happened. Qualcomm is out. Yes, Snapdragon Stadium holds about 35,000 for San Diego State. That's a good capacity for XFL. It's a good capacity. Yeah, St. Louis home games there. It's going to be so much fun. Yeah, 11-6 ball game right now. Arlington with the ball at their own 31-yard line. Remember, Houston got the ball to start the game. Remember that. Houston got the ball to start the game. Yeah, Arlington got the ball to start the game. So, you get a good drive here. You never know. You know, Saints moved, that's why I said the Saints moved to San Antonio in 2005, for some of the season at least. They moved to Baton Rouge. They had a game at Giants Stadium, but they played most of their season in San Antonio. Yeah, Randy Johnson, great pitcher. You can go a lot of different ways for the GOAT pitcher. You really could. They play pass on the slant route, 2nd and 10. Looked like it was... Couldn't quite tell who the intended target was on the play. Looked like Vaughn's? I think it was Vaughn's. I just need to adjust my monitor for a second because something dropped. So give me one quick second. So I'm still on stream. Don't worry. I'm still on stream. Something just dropped that I have to pick up. So I'm still on stream. Don't worry. I'm still on stream. That is a gain of 4 yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6. Again, I am still on stream. My apologies. Something dropped. This is what happens when you lose some of your coordination after being on the air for this long. But I am still on stream. It is 3rd and 6 after that run of about 4 yards. Ball's at the 35-yard line as I try and adjust all my devices here and get my bearings in order. Again, I am still on stream. I am still here. Don't worry. 3rd and 6. 6:20 left. Quick drops back, and he's miscommunication there. He had Vaughn's open. Incomplete pass, though. Had him open, and it'll be 4th down as I now have to crouch under to pick up this. And my apologies. I am still on stream. It's 4th and 6 after the incomplete pass to Vaughn's. Miscommunication there all the way. It's impressive I can multitask like that. I had to pick up a charger that fell. That was absolutely necessary to ensuring the survival of the stream. And I can do it while watching the game. All right, we are back. 4th and 6. Fielded at the 14-yard line. And nice return there by Likely, but he fumbles again! He fumbles! It wasn't Likely on the return this time. It was not Likely on... Or no, it was Likely. Likely had the return, and he fumbled for the 2nd time. Referees are talking over. That is clearly a fumble, but it's going to be holding on Houston, it looks like. So, what a weird game for Likely. Had the great return, the 41-yard return. It's been all downhill from there. 2 fumbles, a face mask penalty. Isaiah Likely, what on earth is going on? And that will likely be the end of his time as a punt returner this game. 2 turnovers. And Arlington still has with 5:36 left. It was a great return and just got to hold on to the ball. Holding that like luggage right there. Fumble on the play forced by Winningham, who's had quite the game. Had the touchdown earlier, the only touchdown of the game for the Renegades. Forces the fumble. Call him Santana because he is winning. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Plitt drops back, fires to the sideline. It is caught. Gain of 25 yards on the play. Catch made by the tight end, number 80, Sal Cannella. And they are in the red zone. 25-yard gain. Houston shooting themselves in the foot with these turnovers and Arlington capitalizing on it. Oliver Johnson's your choice for the top pitcher. I can respect that. I thought about doing a video of the Saints-Giants game. I thought about it. It might be a bit too well known though. Plus, footage is tough to find, like actual like full game footage. All right, Plitt drops back, fires, end zone, incomplete. Great tight coverage on the play. Vaughns was the intended target, but he was blanketed all the way. William Likely. Isaiah Likely is the tight end on the Ravens. He's going to be in the league for a while. He was very solid with Baltimore. This is William Likely. Different Likely. If the NFL needs a St. Louis team, why not put the Rams back in St. Louis? They have 5.6 billion reasons not to at SoFi Stadium. All right, 2nd and 10. Handoff. Nothing doing there. Again, about 2. It looks like it was Smith on the carry. Oh, no, it was actually Keith Ford on the carry. So 3rd and 8, ball at the 13-yard line. Plus, the NFL tried the St. Louis thing with the Cardinals, tried it with the Rams. It just didn't work either time. Now, you could argue whether it should have, how much the owner had to do with it versus the fans, but they wanted the LA market. They're not moving the Rams back. Yeah, abandon the new statement, the LA market. Yeah, that'll go over well. Exactly. Week 17, 2007, Pats Giants, best game of the year. Let's see. Throw is caught. 5. Touchdown. Nate Becker. They erase an 11-point deficit. They have taken the lead. Plitt to Becker. Back and Becker than ever. 12-11. Renegades have the lead for the first time today. Best game of the year? Great game, don't get me wrong. I think Giants-Packers was better. Yeah, Giants-Packers I think was a better game. Obviously not the regular season game, but the playoff game. I think that was better than Pats-Giants. Stream is buffering. That stinks. I'm getting green outs all the way around, so I think it's just you. From the 5-yard line. Plitt tries to scramble out. He throws it up for grabs. It is caught! It is caught by Tyler Vaughns. 14-11, the Renegades up by 3. Tyler Vaughns with the grab. So how about that for the second time this half? Second time this quarter, actually. The Renegades score off of a William Likely punt return fumble. And Plitt gives the Renegades their first lead of the game. They are taking advantage of the turnovers. That's how they beat the Vipers last week. 2 pick-sixes. That's how they're beating the Renegades right now. Yeah, they have both baseball and Cardinals football, and they play at the same stadium, too. They used to have that in the NFL with the Giants also. Brooklyn Dodgers, New York Yankees, those were things. Yeah, White Sox are very close to moving to Tampa in 1990. That's why the Dome, the Dome was built before 98. Dome was there for a while beforehand. 14-11, 3:52 left. Again, Houston gets the ball to start the second half. The crowd's filling in nicely. I will say the crowd looks a lot fuller now than it did at the start. So I don't know what the issue was there. Kickoff fielded at the 10. Trying to run out 15, 20. Gets a block, 25, 30. Tries to cut back down at the 34-yard line. So that's where Houston starts this drive. First and 10, their own 34-yard line. Most underrated player in NFL history. John Brody. John Brody. He gets lost in the shuffle because Joe Montana, Steve Young, you think of great Niners quarterbacks, you think of those two guys. So I don't really talk about John Brody, but John Brody, very good quarterback. You could make a Hall of Fame case for him if you really wanted to. I think John Brody is the most underrated player in football. He does not get the respect that he deserves. Silvers looking to the sideline. Great coverage on the play. It was Borghi who was the intended target, but absolutely phenomenal coverage by Josh Hawkins. Guarded him like a hawk on that one. So how to say their line again, did they really have to move all the fans? Yes. Yeah, they did for TV purposes. They did not sell the full lower bowl. They sold about 90% of the TV side. Jimmy Smith, that's a great answer. But I don't think it was underrated just because I'm a Jaguars fan, so I know how good he was. But look, from 1996 to 2005, he had the second most receiving yards of anyone in football. Called by Borghi, it's a first down and more as he stumbles and gets back up. First and 10 at the 45-yard line. Well, this is by far the best game of the week so far. I think the Sunday night game is going to be the marquee game. Seattle DC was great. Last week, that was the most fun I've had watching any alternate football game. And this is the, or any spring football game, not counting the XFL. First and 10, 45-yard line. Silvers drops back. Gonna be a very short pass. Incomplete. Borghi, the intended target. Good thing he got rid of that because the pressure was clamoring on him. Player in the Hall of Fame who should not be in the Hall. NFL, I can't think of any. I can't think of any from the NFL. Maybe Joe Guyon, maybe, but I can't think of any from the NFL, really. MLB, Baines. That's the quintessential answer. Yeah, quarterback Jimmy Johnson. Everson Walls is another one that's been forgotten. The fact that L.C. Greenwood is in the Hall of Fame, he's probably underrated in that sense. Wide open guy, and it is almost intercepted. He had him open. He had his target open, and it should have been picked off there by the Renegades. It was Joe Powell who just let it slip right through his hands. Well, the Pirates streams got took down. How do you? Yep, and that's why I don't do it. That's why I don't do it. Over 120 people in the stream right now. This is awesome. Thank you so much. Nice hit on the play. 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incomplete passes. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the clock rules will be different. 2-minute warning. 3rd and 10. Ball at the 45-yard line. Should have been picked off. Do you feel that Nolan Ryan could be the Dan Marino of baseball, always playing good but on bad teams? Mike Trout. Mike Trout is a... Oh, Mike Trout might be like the Barry Sanders of baseball, because at least Nolan had some playoff runs. Trout's got nothing. So I would say that. I would say that. Charles Simmons should be in the Hall of Fame. Great cornerback, basically man of the peanut punch. Look, great cornerback. Obviously, best forcing fumbles I've ever seen from a secondary player, but Hall of Fame, I'm not sure. He's probably Hall of very good material for me. Where can I watch? The game's on ESPN 2. Game's on ESPN 2. Does Pete Rose deserve forgiveness at a spot in Cooperstown? So I spoke with Bud Selig about this. He's very adamant that Rose should never get in. Selig tried everything in his power to get Rose in the sense that he met with him, he tried to express what he did was wrong, and to express pathways to remorse and recovery and reconciliation, and Rose never took him up on it. Rose never understood the gravity of the situation. And Rose said, yeah, but I only bet on my team to win. But Selig made a great argument. He said, yeah, but what does that say about the games where you didn't bet on your team to win? What does it say about those games? You could also rig your lineup in some ways so that the team that you're betting on to win, that you could rig the lineup in some ways. You could rig the lineup so that your best players are playing, or they're rested up for that period of time, for the game that you bet on them. So that argument doesn't fly. It's the same argument that with Calvin Ridley when he got suspended for a year. Yeah, I bet on the Falcons to win. Yeah, but there were 16 games he didn't bet on the Falcons. So what does that say about those? They've been shutting down the XFL YouTube streams on YouTube. I wonder why. I told you it was going to happen. I told you. I don't mess around with copyright law. I told you this was going to happen. I saw you in a stream and chat. Oh. I think Brandon Silver's over 1.5 touchdowns is a lock. Who scored? Silver's had a touchdown pass. So, is it a lock? I'm not sure about a lock, but it's looking good. Yeah, if you want to watch it on ESPN2, yeah, if you bet on them every single game, that might be different. That might be different, bet on them every single game. But betting on them for only a few games, the moment you don't bet on them, it says, I have no confidence in my team, or I might not do this so that I can do this for a game that I'm going to bet on them. The game is on ESPN2. 3rd and 10. Silvers going to the sideline. It is caught, and he stays in bounds. Gets some yardage. 30, 25, 20. Down at the 15-yard line. It is a huge gain there by the Roughnecks. They get into the red zone. Gain of 40 yards on the play. Nice catch and run. It is Jontre Kirkland. Who else? Gain of 40. 1st and 10. Screen pass there. Caught. Gain of 3. Catch there by Deontay Burnett. Ball came out at the end. We'll see what they mark this. If this is a turnover, it's the 3rd turnover by the Roughnecks. If this is. Did that ball come out? Was he down? If it's Renegade football and the initial indication is then it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. That is 3 turnovers this half for the Roughnecks. They are shooting themselves in the foot. Burnett, that ball is out. That ball is out. It looked like he was going to go out of bounds, but he did not go out of bounds. He stayed in. The ball came out because of it. The strip on the play looked like it was made by the Renegades, by Josh Hawkins, who had some great coverage earlier in the drive. So 1st and 10, what a comeback for the Renegades after a horrible start. So I think Taylor Lewan's going to retire. He's done. He's done. I think he's going to retire. He'll get a pretty lucrative job at Barstool or something. What college conference should be Power 5 but isn't? American. They are reviewing it, but it looked to me like a fumble. The knee was not down, so the question was, did he get out of bounds in time? Again, if it is a fumble, 1st and 10 Renegades at their own 35-yard line. And again, Houston gets the ball to start the second half. If it is ruled not a fumble, then it's 2nd down inside the red zone. I don't show the game. I do not show the game. I'm legally not allowed to show the game, unfortunately. I'm legally not allowed to show the game. But that probably explains why we just got a huge influx of people. No, I'm legally not allowed to show the game. I'm sorry. I'm legally not allowed to show the game. I will get taken down. I will get my channel deleted, strike, whatever you want to call it. I'm legally not allowed. I do not have the express written consent of the XFL to this, to show the game. But the game is on ESPN2. Flitt throws to the sideline. It is caught. Gain of about 5 or 6 yards. 2nd down at the 41-yard line. They're going to show one more look at that fumble. And yeah, that is clearly a fumble. The strip there by Hawkins. Or no, the recovery by Hawkins, rather. 2nd and 3. Ball at the 42-yard line. But I should be able to find some. Not that I'm advocating for this. That ball is caught at the 46-yard line, 47-yard line. 1st down there for the Renegades. Catch there by Smith. Gets a 1st down. Remember, the Renegades have no timeouts. They burned one on they were all of them in the 1st quarter. 2 of them for some reason, and the other one they lost on a challenge. That made no sense whatsoever. So 1st and 10, ball near midfield. Guys, you're asking a guy who went to law school to show the game. Yeah, I might be an idiot. I'm not stupid. I legally cannot show the game. 2nd and 8 ball at the 49-yard line after Plitt tries to scramble himself. Again, remember, they have no timeouts. We have an injured player. That might be... Oh, that is questionable. I don't want to question a guy legitimately getting injured. I don't want to do that. But you look at the situation, the clock running, they have no timeouts. It's Mike Horton who goes down. I don't know if that's legit. I don't know. That's an awfully convenient time to go down non-contact right as you're getting to the line. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I can, for those who do want to watch this game, like an actual, for those who actually want to watch this game, do they do the, I don't know if they do the XFL. Because a lot of the free streaming sites got taken down. So they are going to take a 10-second runoff. That might be the, that might have been strategic. I don't know. 2nd and 8. Plitt dropping back. Pressure up the middle, but it is incomplete. Tries to throw, hit his man. Jordan Smallwood unable to make the grab. There is a flag. It is in the backfield, though. Plitt indicating that it's helmet to helmet. He got hit. There was pressure coming up the middle, and roughing the passer is the call. Let's see this again. The hit itself, oh, I don't know about that. Roughing the passer call about Glenn Logan. That didn't look late. It didn't look to the head and neck area. I don't know about that. Again, the Roughnecks have a challenge left if they wanted, but I don't know about that. That didn't look late. It didn't look head and neck. That's iffy. That's iffy. Either way, 1st and 10, they're not going to challenge it. 1st and 10, ball at the 36-yard line of Houston. Quick dump off, 1-yard catch, or behind the lines. Would have been better if he dropped it. You got to know the situation. Sal Cannella with the catch would have been much better if he dropped the ball. You got to get a spike it here. You lost a yard, and the clock keeps running. 2nd and 11 ball at the 37-yard line. Just spike it here. You get one play. Maybe get 5 or 6 yards, go out route, and then you can try a field goal here if you're the Renegades. Again, Houston gets the ball to start the half. Taylor Russolino is the kicker, if it comes down to it. 3rd and 11, ball's at the 37-yard line, so you're looking at about a 55-yard field goal, which is a bit tough because we know special teams in the XFL is not great, has not been great lately, or all season for that matter. Yeah, I will say there are alternatives. If you do not want to pay for ESPN, there are alternatives to watch. This is just me live commentating on what's happening. Plitt going to the sideline. It is incomplete. Good tight coverage there on the play. I think by Likely. So up and down game for Likely, but I think Likely had the coverage there. 2 fumbles, but he had the nice punt return. Had the face mask, but makes nice coverage there. Prevents them from getting any closer. Might have saved 3 points depending on if Russolino can hit this field goal. 4th and 11, 55-yard field goal attempt coming up from Russolino. Marquette King on the hold. Antonio Ortiz on the long snap. Houston has 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to ice him. This should be the last play of the half. 55 yards out. They were down 11-0 for 17 unanswered to end the first half. Kick is straight enough, but it is not even close. Oh my goodness, that was deceiving. That was like the Bears-Steelers game from Monday Night Football. Not even close. A solid 10 yards short. Solid 10 yards short. So we hit the halftime break. Houston will start with the ball when we hit the halftime, when we start the 3rd quarter, but 14-11. If it wasn't for the turnovers, this is a completely different ballgame. Straight enough kick. We saw that earlier in the St. Louis-Orlando game. We saw that earlier. Not St. Louis-Orlando, San Antonio-Orlando. We saw that earlier where the kick looked very, very good. It was straight enough, but it was not long enough from 55-plus yards out. Crazy J with a 396. Love the donation for the, in our 39.6. Worst Renegades, Sticks or X Ambassadors? The worst one? Oh, easily ex-ambassadors. It's not even close. It's not even close. How can you even say that? How could anyone possibly suggest that Renegade by ex-ambassadors is better than Renegade by Styx? How can anyone say that? Ex-ambassadors Renegade is a fine song that belongs in car commercials. Styx Renegade is a rock anthem. It's not even close. So 14-11 is the score going into the halftime break. Roughnecks start off well, 11 points in the first 7 minutes of the game, but the turnovers are absolutely killing them. Who am I a fan of in the XFL? I just want to see good football. I don't have a favorite team. There's no local team by me, so I don't root for any particular team. I just like seeing good football. And we do this for every XFL game. We won't be doing this for next week, unfortunately. Maybe the Saturday game, but Sunday I'll be on a cruise, so I'll be gone the whole week, so I won't be doing any of the Sunday games. But yeah, all the Pittsburgh would agree with you on that comment. Yeah, Renegade by Styx is a classic. Renegade by Styx is a classic. So yeah, I don't have a favorite XFL team. I like watching certain players. Like I like watching Raquel Armstead play. I like the Jaguars, former Jaguars there play. Luke Barku, I like watching him play. Armstead, I like watching him play. But in terms of a favorite team, I don't really have one. Rip Arizona Hotshots. Yeah, from the AAF. Although I wasn't in Arizona at the time, so I was actually an Apollos fan. I actually rooted for the Apollos. The one time at the time, had a good football team. So I think the Roughnecks can win this. I don't see why not. They just got to cut back on the turnovers. Look, let's call for what it is. The Roughnecks gave up 14 points because Likely can't hold on to the football. Let's call for what it is. If Likely can hold on to the football, we're looking at a completely different ball game. Renegade, that's not a TikTok trend. That's a song from like the 70s. Reggie Barlow, best timeout of all time. I hope Trevor just give this league a try. He wasn't even good in the AAF with the Iron, and that was 4 years ago. He scored touchdowns, but that was about it. He was like a 2.5 yard per carry machine. He was not decent in the AAF. He just had inflated touchdown numbers. His stats were not that good in the AAF. He's got nothing left in the tank. Yeah, he averaged less than 3 yards per carry in the AAF. He just scored 11 touchdowns. It was basically his 2012 season in Cleveland, where he found the end zone all the time but did nothing. But this is by far a much better game than what we saw earlier today and Saturday. I'm not old enough for this. Look, Renegade's a great song. Is it their best? Probably not. Come Sail Away is a classic. Too Much Time on My Hands is an absolute banger. But top 3. Better Renegade, Arlington or Ottawa? Probably Arlington. How long do I think the XFL will last? I hear the ratings were not all that great. They weren't great at the start. They were not that great at the start. They were not great, but I think they'll last another season at least. The quality of play is there. They'll stabilize the markets. The Rock wants to keep this thing alive. They're doing this the right way. I think it lasts. Imagine Johnny Manziel came in. He was terrible in Memphis in the AAF. He's not even that good at fan control football. He was terrible in the CFL. Manziel is washed up. Manziel is done. Manziel has nothing left going for him. Again, this is halftime, 14-11. Renegades with the lead. Roughnecks will get the ball to start off. What reasons do you know of or why Tom Dundon pulled the plug on the alliance? So, apparently, the thing with Dundon and the alliance was that when he bought out the AAF and became the owner in week 2, Ebersol hid some financials from him that made the league look way more lucrative than it was. And then Dundon came in and was like, oh, no, this is not what I signed up for. Do I like fan control football? I watch from time to time, but I'm not a huge fan. Is there 1 minute delay between our comments and the time he can read them? I don't think so. I don't think there is. I just go in the order that I see them. Now, if you want to have your question what's in the front of the queue, you can donate and I get to the question right away. Otherwise, I just go in the order that I see the questions. Yeah, the XFL is better than 2001. It's better than 2020, maybe not yet, but look, it was not, 2001 version, that's not a high bar. That was not football. That was not even football. XFL is not that bad, but it's not as good as the NFL. Yeah, obviously, it's not going to be as good as the NFL. No one expects it to be as good as the NFL. Is it better than the USFL? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, XFL was 10 out of 10 marketing, and then they had no idea what to do after that. How soon before a merger? I don't think a merger is going to happen. I really don't think. The leagues play at different times. So this league plays right after the NFL season. They play winter to spring, really. And the USFL plays spring to summer. Two completely different markets. Two completely different markets. I don't think we're going to see a merger. I was wondering what the lag was between what we're seeing in real time. Yeah. Who would initiate the discussion first? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good one. Because I don't think it's going to happen. I would think the USFL tries to initiate the discussion first. Do you think 2020 XFL would have lasted if the coronavirus didn't come? I think so. That would have lasted 4 seasons to this point. I'm not sure. But I think it would have survived the season. It would have survived 2021, I think. XFL on the rise? I sure hope so. I sure hope so. I mean, I'm doing pretty much every single game XFL live stream. It's going to be the Tom Grassi of the XFL almost. What's your JG9? It's just the name of the channel, Jaguar Gator 9. So Jaguar, big Jaguars fan, Gator fan, and 9 is my lucky number. So I have JG9 for NFL. I have and pro football. I have a college football channel called JG8, or Jaguar Gator 8, and then I have a baseball channel that just launched called Jaguar Gator 7. So we have weird and wacky history in all 3 sports up on different channels. And this is my full-time job. So this is what I do for a living. I'm basically a full-time NFL, college football, MLB historian that just finds wacky stories and makes videos about them. So if you were watching this stream because you thought you could, you thought I was showing the game live, unfortunately I'm not, but this is what I do. Where's JG6 with hockey? It's not going to happen. We're going to cool the expansion for about 2 years. I want to get everything going with the channels that I have right now. I want to get everything going in terms of every other day or everyday content. And then I would do expansion. I legit want to be able to help with the baseball channel so more videos get out. All right, shoot me an email then. Shoot me an email because I could definitely use some help. I need all the help I can get. So if you do want to help, shoot me an email. And we can talk. We have new fans because of the live stream. Yes. So I think a lot of people tuned in around the same time because the XFL shut down all the live streams, or ESPN shut down the live streams. And they thought because my thing said XFL live stream that I was actually showing the game, but I'm not. I'm not showing the game. I'm legally not allowed to show the game. Believe me, if I could, I would. I'm legally not allowed to show the game. Face and voice isn't what I imagined. Oh. See, I saw someone said that it is, and someone now says that it isn't. So who knows? Who knows? Yeah, there will not be a merger. How many XFL games has there now been where one team gets a decent lead only for the losing team to score a bunch of unanswered? I mean, this one, St. Louis, Seattle, DC, not St. Louis, St. Louis, San Antonio, DC, Seattle. So I guess 3. I guess 3 now. Maybe you could argue Seattle also last week. Maybe. So we will see. Again, 14-11. Roughnecks get the ball to start this drive. After this stream is done, I'll be signing. After the game is done, I'll be signing off. So about another hour and a half. I've been on live stream for 6, or it would be 6 continuous hours for the most part. Be a long, long day of watching football. Long, long day of watching football. Have I ever used ChatGPT to write a script? No. And here's why. I've tried it just to see what would happen. They can't find the topics. The scripts themselves are not that good when I put them in. But I say like I'll put it this way: write a video like I'm gonna do it right now, and I'll see what happens. Write a video. So today I did a video about the Bengals signing Mike Ford, and he had no idea that he got signed by the Bengals. So they couldn't sign him until like 48 hours afterwards. So let's try this. Write a video script. Write a long-form essay. Let's do long-form essay about the time in 1982 that the Cincinnati Bengals signed quarterback Mike Ford, and he didn't know about it. Because again, I go deep in the archives. So let's see what ChatGPT does. The only time I use AI I use it to enhance my audio. So I do all the audio now through AI. So I record the script and then I put it in Adobe Podcast and it eliminates all the background noise and it saves so much time. All right. So here's the script that I came up with, and it's not even remotely true. It's not even remotely true. Oh my goodness. Okay. Not even remotely true. It talked about how, yeah, ChatGPT is not good for, plus I would never want, like, the script writing is the most important part, the most fun part is my voice. I would never want to do that. But just out of curiosity, I typed a prompt, write a long-form essay about the time in 1982 that the Bengals signed quarterback Mike Ford and he didn't know about it. And it talked about how he spent the previous season with the USFL Birmingham Stallions, which means he would have spent 1981 in the USFL, which obviously is not true because the USFL didn't exist back then. The Bengals signed Mike Ford to a 2-year contract worth $200,000. Not true. They signed him in December of 1982. And it was not to that. It wasn't a 2-year deal. He only found out about the news weeks later when he received a letter from the Bengals. Not true. Not true at all. Ford was confused by the letter. He contacted his agent who had no knowledge of the deal. The Bengals sent the contract to the wrong address. That's a complete lie. That's not true. The NFL had only recently merged with the AFL. That's not true. That was like a decade and a half before. Yeah, it's a complete lie. So that's what I'm just going to type in ChatGPT. Kickoff goes out of bounds, so Houston's going to get this ball at the 45-yard line. Now, look, I love using ChatGPT for, like, fun things, but, like, for scripts, no. No way. I will never use AI for a script. Never in a million years would I do that. Never in a million bajillion years. And anyone that does, call them out on it, because they're taking the easy route. The point of YouTube is, the point of being a content creator is because you have something unique to say. Not AI, you have something unique to say. Third quarter just started. And plus, YouTube might get you for reuse content. They might get you for that. If you, because it's not your voice. It's computer generated. They might get you for that. Silvers drops back. Low throw. It is caught. Gain of 2. Nice grab. 2nd and 8. UFL needs to be revived. I mean, I wouldn't mind another football league in the fall, but it's a lot. Yeah, the Nighthawks, I mean, they got great attendance. Omaha would be a great place. Sacramento also a great place. So how does one do a reaction video to game highlights? So how that works, that's a bit dicey. So reaction videos, you can claim fair use because you're offering commentary after. That it's your own voice, it's what you're... But it's very dicey what constitutes fair use. It's a very, very slippery slope. Like, do you have anything unique to offer? What percentage are you using? Problem is that with those reaction videos, you're taking the most important stuff. So, yeah, you're not showing the whole game when you're doing reaction videos, but you're showing the highlights, which is the most important part. It's almost like in boxing. You can't argue fair use if you show the ending of the fight, even though you say, oh, it's only 1%. Yeah, but that's the most important 1%. So you can't do that. 3rd and 8. Silvers just has to chuck it into the dirt. So nice defensive stand by Arlington. Was there a receiver in the area? Looks like it. So 4th and 8. No intentional grounding, it looks like. So 3 and out after the great field position. Unable to get anything going. Problem is that, like, there's some reaction content. Like, I guess film room breaks, like, anything film room is technically reaction content, I guess. But just plays where you're not interjecting anything of value, that's where it gets dicey. That's where it gets really, really dicey. I think fair use laws are both too strict and not enough at the same time. It's funny, there's certain elements where fair use laws, I think, they don't go far enough, and certain things where it's like, why is this protected? This should not be protected whatsoever. Reaction videos probably fall into that to some level. Can the Vikings repeat as NFC North champions? I don't think so. They got very lucky in one-possession games. Usually that's a sign of things to come in terms of how you regress the next season. So I don't think they do that. ChatGPT did do good apologies. So I put in an apology like for the Tom Brenneman thing just to see what would happen, and actually delivered a better apology than what came out with the whole drive into left field 4-0 ball game. It actually came out better than that. So first down, the Arlington 10-yard line is where Plitt will take over. Like the NBA, the referee apology was better on ChatGPT than it was what they actually put out when they said they'll have sleepless nights over the LeBron James missed call. I'm on campus at UH and I can see the game on the big screen from my dorm. Oh man, that's awesome. I'm jealous. That's quite the way to watch. Most reaction YouTubers are always fighting strikes. Yep. It gets very dicey. Very, very dicey. Handoff. First down and more. 20, 25, spin move, 30. Keep it plowing to the 35, but there is a flag on the play. If it stands, it's going to be a 25-yard gain, courtesy of Smith. But it looks like that's coming back. So move it back half the distance to the goal. 1st and 15. Yeah, they might still have the dome at this rate. The Bellhawks might do it. Refs will not get replaced by AI. I tried reacting to some highlight reels in week 1. All the videos were copyrighted but not struck down. Yeah, because you can copyright claim but not strike. Copyright claim, what can happen is they just take the money. Now, the thing that I will say, I've got a copyright claim many times with the NFL for my videos, which are clearly fair use. I fought every single one of them, and I've won every single one of them. They won't bother to file, like they might review your appeal, and then they reject it. But if they... So how the process works, as it's an incomplete pass. I'll go into a history of how the process works. So what happens is that you put out a video, it gets copyright claimed. Happens to me many times. You can then file an appeal saying, this should not have been copyright claimed. This is fair use, and here's why it's fair use. You have 2,000 characters to do it, which is not a lot, but you do it. Then the NFL can say, you know what, we were wrong. We will reverse the claim. Our apologies. Or they can say, no, we are upholding that this was not fair use, and you illegally took our material, and the claim is still valid. 3rd and 13 after the run. Then at that point, you have the option to let it go and just accept that the NFL will make money off the video, or you can fight it again and fill out a longer complaint. Now, the thing with this complaint is that if you are successful in this complaint, you get the copyright claim taken off, you get the money, you get whatever money you made on the video. It's good to go. If you are not successful and the NFL says, we disagree with you, screen pass there, will he get the first down? He is just short, 4th and 1. Great effort there by Smith. If they say, no, this is definitely not fair use, our claim is still valid, you get a strike. 3 strikes and your channel is done. And the strikes also eliminate your ability to do certain things with the channel. Now, if you get a strike on that, what can then happen is you can submit an appeal to YouTube and say, look, they are abusing the copyright system. They're abusing the content ID system. This is fair use. Here's why it is. If YouTube disagrees with you, you're straight out of luck. If YouTube agrees with you, though, that's like, you know what? There might be a case here. Then it goes back to the NFL or whoever claimed it. So in this case, it would be the NFL. Punt return down at the 45-yard line. So nice return there by the Roughnecks. And then at that point, if YouTube is on your side and says, you know what, you have a case as to why this could be, then the only way, then the NFL has to file a legal action against you. And they don't want to do that. They don't want to spend the money to do that. So even in the worst case scenario, if what you are doing is fair use, you can always win because you will, even if you get a strike, you can get it removed. If it's fair use. obviously, if it's fair use. So a lot of times the NFL doesn't even bother with the second step. Usually I submit the appeal and they just let it expire for 7 days. Usually that's what happens. Because they don't want to go to court, and they know they lose in court. So you can take the claim to court. Yeah. So basically, if you get a strike and then you appeal to YouTube and YouTube says yes, they submit it back to the NFL and say, look, you have 7 days to show that you are filing a court proceeding to fix the matter. If you are filing a court proceeding, we'll leave the strike up. If not, we're going to remove the strike, and everything will be good to go. That's happened to me before with College Channel. It happened one time with the NFL, but obviously they don't want to go to court over this, and they know they would lose. Especially with the stuff I do, they know they would lose. I meet all the criteria for fair use. There's 4 prongs for fair use: purpose and the character, the nature, amount used, and potential market. The nature of the work, or the purpose, it's transformative. It tells a story about an incident in history that can't be told from the original work. So let's say you're doing, like, I show clips of a 1984 NFL game between, let's just say, the Saints and the Buccaneers. I find a story in a newspaper article that was not mentioned on the broadcast, not told during the game, so it's transformative. It's transformative in that way. Plus, sometimes they claim games that aren't even the actual game that I talk about. So it's transformative in that way. The nature is informational. That's the least important prong. But long story short, fictional works get fewer protections. Or informational works get fewer protections, rather. So anything that's factual, like, you can't really copyright facts. So that gets fewer protections. The amount used, minimum possible, I'm not showing the full game. I'm showing 10 seconds of highlights. An NFL broadcast takes 3.5 hours, so do the math on that. Usually they're claiming 10 seconds of footage. They're claiming 0.07% of what was actually shown during the broadcast. That is the minimum amount possible. There's no real argument that I'm using all the amount. I'm using just what's necessary to tell the story. Does it impact the market? You can't say it impacts the market at all, because no one's watching that as a substitute for the original footage. If they want to watch Saints Buccaneers 1984, they'll watch that game. If they want to watch my story, they'll watch the story. But no one's watching this as a substitute over Saints Bucks 84. If anything, it enhances the market. Plus, it talks about something that doesn't happen in the actual games, so it can't be in that way. So, basically, this is why I went to law school. This helps. This helps. So, like what I'm doing right now, I'm not even using any content or any copyrighted content. Does it impact the market? No one's watching this over the XFL game. No one's watching this and not watching the XFL game. You're watching both at the same time. So there's nothing. So, problem is that people get scared off by copyright when they get content ID claims and strikes. But if you're in the right, I know it's scary, but because I was in that boat before too. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about. Maybe it helps that I write very good arguments, but I have fought off 300, 400, maybe even 500 cases, and I have won every single one of them, to the point where I have 2 videos right now that got copyright claimed about the Super Bowl. But those are in dispute right now. The NFL's not going to respond to them, so I should be in the clear, because they never do. I fought off every single one of them successfully. So I'm making money on every one of my history videos. Any video you see in the history of the NFL playlist, I'm making money off on all of them. Because I know the laws, I know what I'm doing is fair use, I know what I'm doing is right, and it just works that way. 3rd and 1 QB sneak, they get the first down that way. I thought they got the first earlier, but guess not. 1st and 10 to 33-yard line. Yeah, I guess you could argue the logos are copyright content, but that's more trademark. That's more trademark. If my face is on screen, do I have to have the video all the way down? That has nothing to do with it. That has nothing to do with it. You can have the audio. That has nothing to do with it. Opinion on Bayern and Dortmund, as that's a run up the middle, out at the 16-yard line. So they are in the red zone as Cole McDonald brought into the game, gain of 19 yards, keeping it himself. And Munich is, I mean, they've dominated the Bundesliga for years. DH rule versus pitcher. I like having pitchers hitting for themselves. There's more strategy involved. Will you try and generate a ChatGPT apology in a story in one of your vids involved an awful apology? I would do that. I would absolutely do that. Wheel route, it is incomplete. Incomplete on the wheel route. It looked like Borgie was the intended target on the play. Oh, no, excuse me. It was Lee who was the intended target on the play. Try the wheel route. It falls incomplete. So 2nd and 10 at the 14-yard line. Field goal would tie it. Touchdown gives Houston the lead after 14 straight unanswered points. Padres went to DC in 74. I did not know about that. I might do a video on that. Yeah, those are trademarks, yeah. Any Hall of Famers who come out of retirement still be good? Probably not. Calvin's probably the only one just because he's a physical specimen. But Calvin's probably the only one that has a shot. Other than that, probably not. Over the middle! It is caught and stays on his feet. Touchdown! Touchdown, Cedric Bird. The bird is the word as the Roughnecks retake the lead. 17-14. Silvers with the touchdown pass. Cedric Bird with the grab. Stays on his feet. And just like that, Houston retakes the lead. They're going to go for 1 point to try and make it a 4-point game. Do you think the broadcasts are getting better? I mean, there's still some glitches, but I think generally they're getting better. I mean, I don't listen to the announcers because I have this on mute. Silvers scrambles out. Now he's going to look to the opposite side of the field, and now he's going to throw it to the back of the end zone. No one is there. It's batted up in the air. I don't know why it was batted up in the air by Hawkins because it just brought it back to the field of play for a Roughneck to possibly get that. That was going out of bounds. Either way, though, 17-14. Roughnecks retake the lead. Cedric Bird stays on his feet following the missed tackle there. Couldn't quite tell who missed the tackle on the play. Maybe it was Kerry Vincent Jr., I'm not sure. Lewis Reed, best defensive duo of all time. It's up there. It's up there. I mean, we're just taking 2 out of 11 guys, so. I mean, Lewis and Reed's a good choice. Lewis and Reed's a good choice. St. Louis won the first game 3-2 in Austin. Yeah, I saw the ending back in. Crazy. So that game, I was watching New England Charlotte on my monitor while I had the XFL game on. I was watching Vancouver Salt Lake. Vancouver just collapsed in the second half. I don't know what that was. If they try that against you, sue them for $18. Yeah. One of the things that bothers me about the XFL reboot is the inconsistency in the scheduling. Yep, I completely agree. You don't know what network the games are on. You don't know. You don't know what network the games are on. You don't know what channel the games are on. You don't know what time the games are going to be on. Like next week we have a game on Saturday and 3 games on Sunday. The week after that we have, I think, 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday. The next week it's Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. The next week there's like a Monday game. I am not crazy about it. JG9, that touchdown call Burrow is the word was fire. Thank you so much. I love doing that. I love making puns like that for the players. So I'm quick on my feet like that. Pop culture references, kind of my strong suit. Did a lot of those during my broadcasting days in college. I do that a lot during my videos too. Thoughts on the news regarding Snyder trying to stop Bezos from bidding? Money talks. Bezos, if he gives enough money, Snyder's going to accept. He's not stupid. Is there one that's better than Lewis Reed? I'm trying to think. I mean, you could argue Green Lambert, Green Ham, anything from the 70 Steelers you could argue. Really, that's kind of where my hang-up is 70 Steelers. There's probably a duo you could argue. Jack Ham, Mean Joe Green, you could say better. Reed Taylor, best college offensive duo, probably. That was great. Why doesn't Wichita State not have a football team? It's been almost 40 years. They could easily be in the Big 12. Costs a lot of money to have a football team. Costs a lot of money. There's a lot of resources. Also, you have to remember Title IX also plays a part in this to some extent. Not that's the reason a lot of schools don't have football teams, but one of the prongs that you can use to hit Title IX is if you have equal number of athletes on scholarship for men's and women's sports. That's one of the prongs you can hit. You can hit it in one of three ways. A lot of programs in football schools don't do it because they don't hit the first prong that way, because it is almost impossible to hit the prong the first way. Because if you're a football team, you have 90 athletes. So you can't really do it. Was that a kickoff infraction? Did that ball reach the 20? I'm not sure if that ball reached the 20. So Arlington might get this ball at the 45-yard line. You are the best live streamer here. No one else talks about what's going on. Thanks. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Yeah, I like interacting with the chat, but also talking about the game. A lot of interesting stuff that happens. I used to do this all the time in like multitasking. I did broadcasting for 4 years in college, so this is like my bread and butter. I love doing this. I absolutely love doing this. True, no signs of slowing down, too. I've not taken like one sip of water this whole stream. 1st and 10 at the Houston 45-yard line. That's the second kickoff infraction of the day. It is windy out there, as weather chart said earlier. Winds about 50 miles per hour. Handoff is going to... Looks like it is Keith Ford on the run. Gain of 6. Only a 3-point game. Back and forth affair again. Houston scored the first 11 points of the game. Flip through a pick on the very first play from scrimmage. And then they took 3 straight sacks. It was garbage. And then 3 turnovers by the Roughnecks. Gave Arlington 14 points. And then Houston just scored a touchdown on their last drive. But another costly mistake by Houston. Give us the Renegades good field position. Dropping back. There's pressure. Strip sack. Ball is out. Ball is out. Strip sack on the play. It's recovered by the Roughnecks. It's recovered by Jack Heflin. What a stand by the Roughnecks. Awful field position. No problem. Heflin on the recovery. Forced by John Daka, the linebacker, number 45. Just blows by the left tackle there, number 77, George Moore. Blows by George Moore. Daka says, more of that, please. And Heflin recovers the fumble. 1st and 10, 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Ball is at the 48-yard line. About 3 yards on the run. Second and 7. XFL should save TNF and Monday night for when the league is more... Yeah, exactly. These weeknight streams aren't going to do anything. That might be a horse collar. That might be a horse collar. And they are going to get him for a horse collar tackle. So Silvers got sacked on the play, but that is going to be a horse collar tackle. They didn't throw the flag right away, but you could see it. You could absolutely see it. That is definitely a horse collar tackle. Called on number 50, Willie Taylor III. Horse collar tackle. Yeah, MLS is on FS1 right now. Why didn't the Colts move to Jacksonville? Jacksonville's used for a lot of cities as leverage. For a lot of teams as leverage. Wait, are they not saying? Wait a second. They were saying it was not a horse collar. So it's a sack by Taylor, loss of 8. Remember, the Roughnecks have a challenge if they want to use it. I'm a bit surprised with that. I thought it was going to be a horse collar tackle. But 3rd and 15. Silvers, driving back, looks a bit rattled, but throws to the sideline. That is incomplete. Bit of a wobbly throw, too. Never quite looked set. All the way. Intended target on the play was Deontay Burnett. And it is a 3 and out for the Roughnecks. After great field position. really thought that was a horse collar tackle, but it is not. And because of that, Houston's going to have to punt this ball away. How's it going, crowd? How's it going, crowd 3D MVP? How's it going? You get a shout out if you're a fan. Yeah, of course you can get a shout out. All right, punt is at the 48-yard line. Fielded at the 22, had to run up for it, calls a fair catch. So that's where Arlington will take over at their own 22-yard line with 5:09 left in the third quarter. MLS is being conducted in relative secrecy on Apple TV. I love the presentation. The studio looks great. They treat it seriously. The graphics look great for the most part. Quality of the camera work is great. I like MLS on Apple TV. It's going to be more accessible for a lot of people, which I like. Do I think Pickett will improve in year 2? I think if he can improve his downfield accuracy, he can. I just don't know with Pickett. We know he's good at checkdowns. We know he's accurate that way, but there's a lot of downfield stuff that needs some work. Yeah, the William Perry story is sad. Where UP got ejected, the Expos mascot. I might do a video on that. That's a funny story. I might do a video on that. All right, Plitt drops back. Gain of about 4 on the catch. Looked like it was Sean Modster on the grab. That's his first catch, I believe, of the season. I haven't said that name before. Both teams kickoff violations on the first kick of the second half. The kicking violations, we saw one earlier today in the Orlando game. We saw one last night when a kicker slipped. Is the Kraken mascot the worst in the Big Four? I mean, there's some bad mascots. Is that the worst? I'm not sure. That run is going absolutely nowhere. Ford stuck in reverse. Loss of 2. Loss of 4, rather. So it's going to be 3rd and about 8. What if St. Louis, Baltimore, Memphis was rewarded an expansion team over Jacksonville, Carolina? Jacksonville would never get one then. Carolina would at some point. Charlotte would get one at some point. Charlotte would absolutely get a team at some point down the road. They might get 32 in the 2000s. Jacksonville, that was their one shot. Oh, so the horse collar, the QB's in the pocket, so it doesn't apply. Oh, I did not know that. Thank you so much for the chart. I did not realize that. Plitt taking a deep shot down the field, one-on-one coverage, blanketed all the way. Tight coverage there by the Roughnecks. It looked like it was Texada on the coverage, but a 3-and-out. Offenses have stalled just a bit lately. What do I think of the NFL wanting to ban the hip drop tackle? I'm not crazy about it. Look, the game's already tough enough for defenses. Right now, Arlington has the ball, but they're going to be punting it away. Are the Browns the only team named to relocate in multiple sports? Ooh, that's an interesting question. I would think so. No, Dodgers. Unless do the Brooklyn Dodgers move? The NFL teams, did they move? I think the Braves. The Braves. Braves are an answer. I think the Braves were an NFL team back in the day in Boston. And they moved to Washington. They changed their name. Yeah, the Braves. Although they changed their name before they moved. So I don't know if that counts. But the Braves, technically, I think that would count. Which new Big 12 team do I think will do best next season? I would say Cincy, but losing their coach is going to be interesting. UCF. I'd say UCF. I can't broadcast the game. I'm legally not allowed to broadcast the game. I will get my channel taken down immediately if I do. Will the Hurt-style QB sneak be legislated out of the game? QB sneaks won't get banned, but the push ahead, I think, will. I think they'll try to figure out a rule. It'll be very subjective. I know, however they decide, they're going to mess it up tremendously. There's going to be a play where they call it and there was no push whatsoever. I know they're going to do it. I'm just going to say Guardians are straight trash and it's only been 2 games. Oh, they're the worst team in the XFL. It's not even close. They're the worst team in the XFL and it is not even close. They have no quarterback play. They have no defense. Again, if the over-under is 1.5 wins, I'm taking the under. Just kept their name, though, but Brown, yeah. Yeah, I legally cannot show my TV. Handoff goes nowhere. I think that was Borgie on the run. But stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle there made by Will Hill. So 3rd and 8. Do you think the NFL will penalize fake injuries? I mean, they already kind of do with fines. Loss of yardage, it's tough to say. That's a slippery slope because you don't know if a guy's faking or not. You don't know. Silvers, corner, back shoulder throw, incomplete, unable to get it to go. He was aiming for Kirkland, couldn't get it there. Silvers had a bit of a rough game so far. Bit of a rough game. He's completing less than 50% of his passes. See the exact numbers. I have the stats right here. Silvers, only 9 for 22. He's got 2 touchdown passes. Good pocket presence, but missing some throws lately. This dude makes great sports interviews. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, fake injuries are unsportsmanlike conduct, but who's to say like it's an actual injury or not? That's the thing. I could see a rule that says if you get injured inside the final 2 minutes, you can't return to the game. And that takes a horrible bounce on Houston's side. And it's going to be fielded out of bounds. 47-yard line is where the Renegades will take over with 1:03 left in the quarter. Great game so far. Best game of the weekend has been a very disappointing week 2 slate. Yeah, I legally cannot show the game. I'm doing all right today. Tired because I've been doing 6 hours of live streaming the XFL, and I got to do videos tonight. I have to work on a college football video and an MLB video and an NFL video tonight after. So it's going to be a long night, but I'm doing all right. You know, that's the same Will Hill. 92 Seahawks versus 77 Buccaneers. What will the final score be? Seahawks win 10-3. 10-3, I would say. Bit of a scuffle after the play, but it's going to be 2nd down for about a gain of 3. It's definitely getting feisty out there, though. So it's a penalty box for embezzlement. Oh, wow. Yeah, the wind is definitely causing issues with these kicks. I mean, weather charts set before 13 to 15 mile an hour winds. You know, less stressful job like being an attorney. Here's a reason I am not an attorney. I have no desire to do that. It's too much pressure. Even though it's less hours, honestly. I'd be working less hours as an attorney than I am working on this channel. I'd be working way less hours, but I have a lot less fun doing it. It's a lot of work. It's like 90, 100-hour work weeks, but it is a ton of fun. And I wouldn't change it for the world. End of the 3rd quarter. We start the 4th quarter. Roughnecks up by 3. And again, what's on the agenda coming up? Tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, we have a new history video dropping on JG9 about something in the NFL. I don't know what it's going to be on. I have to do the research after I get off the stream. I'm watching on ESPN 2. JG8 videos will happen twice this week, college football related content. JG7, I should have 2 or 3 videos out on something about the history of baseball. We have live NFL trivia Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you're a big trivia fanatic, come show off your football knowledge for a chance to win cash prizes. We already have $45 in the pot to our winner. Given away a lot of money over the years. We've been doing this for about 2.5 years. We've given away well over, I think how much money have we given away? Probably like $7 or $8 grand over 2.5 years to our winners. Like we've had people make bank on this game, and there are cash prizes. We play live on Twitch, so join me on Wednesday night. We will do that. And again, next week, Saturday, we'll have hopefully a Saturday night stream. Sunday, there will be no streams. I will be on a cruise in Miami. It will not be happening. I'll be sailing on Royal Caribbean, so I will not be able to watch the stream or do anything with that. So watch the game or do anything. How many passing yards does Drew have? Clint has 116. Worst imbalance, 92 Seahawks or 2022 Broncos? Whew, that's tough. I would probably say the 2022 Broncos. I mean, the 2022 Broncos, I think if they scored 17 points in every game, they would have been like the number 1 or number 2 seed. I'm an attorney, public interest, okay, man, but great fringe benefits, I love my job. That's awesome, man. We need more public defenders. We need more public defenders in the system, so. It's a lot of stress. Believe me, I have a lot of friends of mine who are public defenders. It's a lot. It is a lot. You do not get enough love. You do not get enough love and respect for what you do. So, thank you. Yeah, 77 Falcons are the most imbalanced team. 92 Seahawks, 22 Broncos, they're up there, obviously. 77 Falcons were by far the most imbalanced. The fact you can't make the playoffs and you're allowing 8 points a game, like, come on. Come on. We got the score right now. Start of the fourth quarter. We have third down coming up, 17-14. You figure 4-down territory. Over 120 people watching in this stream. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Oh, legal aid. Still, that's awesome. Still, that's awesome. Yeah, Rams in the playoffs. 77 Falcons have the best defense of all time, maybe, and they didn't make the playoffs because their offense was just straight trash. Like I did a video on a game they had in 1977 against the Bills. I did an in defense of video because people questioned Lehman Bennett for his controversial fourth down call. The final score of that game was 3-0. They lost the game 3-0. And I can link the video in the chat if you want to see. It's an in defense sub video. Why the Falcons went for it instead of tying it up at the 5-yard line on 4th and goal, essentially. Near the XFL, what's the blue square next to your time? Okay, so the blue square is the challenge. You get 1 challenge per game. You can challenge anything. You can challenge a penalty. You can challenge a spot. You can challenge anything you want. So that's what the blue square is. Handoff up the middle, needs 1 yard, and by the skin of his teeth, he will get it. First down for the Renegades. Ball will be at the 42-yard line, down by 3 points. How long will the XFL and USFL last? I think the USFL might be done after this year or the year after that, because I think the hub model is going to fail. Because you did the hub to eliminate travel, to save costs that way. But now you have 4 hubs, so what's really the point of, you're not really cutting back on travel with 4 hubs. 2 hubs I get, Eastern hub and Western hub, I get it. But 4 hubs, what are we doing? All right, penalty on the Roughnecks, so back about 5 yards, back to the 47-yard line. You can do a live stream with 2 times speed playback? I don't even know how that would work. I did not realize you could do that. I'm assuming after the fact you could do it. I didn't realize you could do it live. And for all of you who have been on stream for all 6 hours, thank you so much. This has been an absolute blast just watching the XFL with all you guys. You had no connection to the seats for more than half. You have a hub in Canton, Ohio for a team in Pittsburgh and New Jersey. More than half. Can't break out of the tackle. Smith can't break out of it, but he does get 5 yards back, so they do get the yards they lost back on the penalty. Do I think they will absorb with the USFL? No, they're 2 different leagues, and they play at 2 different times. They play with 2 different audiences. I know that came in video, and now Bills are a competitive team, and hope the wide receiver from LSU will help. Yeah. Why should I care about the Michigan Panthers if they're never in Michigan? Although at least Michigan's one of the 3 teams that's actually there. They actually play their games in Michigan. At least that. That's good that life is good. Like, Michigan plays, Memphis plays, Birmingham plays. Everyone else does not play in their home city. Or anywhere close. 2nd and 11, Plitt. That's a low throw. Had him open on the out route. On his break. Looking for Winningham, who caught the touchdown earlier. It falls incomplete. We have the stuff that in world works. Yeah, crazy stuff. Weather is awful here in Albuquerque, so I have nothing better to do but watch the XFL. Well, I'm glad you're watching it with me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Why couldn't the USFL hubs but then have their respective teams fly out to the designated home cities to play at least some of their games? I feel like that would just cost more money. I feel like that would be even worse. 3rd 11, Plitt. Drops back. He's got time. Fires over the middle. It is dropped, and it is intercepted by the Roughnecks. Picked off by the Roughnecks. It is 29, A.J. Hendy. And that pick is going to come in handy as the Roughnecks get the stop. But there is a flag on the play. It might be on the return. The Roughnecks and Renegades are going back to their respective sidelines. So it might be on the return. I thought it was 29. Was it Sean Davis or was it Hendy? I thought it was 29. All right, let's see what this call is. Drop pass, maybe a bit high, but you got to expect more out of it. All right, so it's a block in the back on the return. So Roughnecks football, negate the return. What's a roughneck? Weirdest game I've ever heard. Have you heard the Brahmas? What made them lose? I only watched until halftime. Ooh, you turned off a great game. They couldn't stop. It's about the 30-yard line. They could not stop Mahomes in the offense after that. Mahomes just went off. There was also a holding penalty at the end. Basically, the Chiefs scored a touchdown every single time they had the ball. And there was one play that the Chiefs ran over and over again by the red zone. That drop pass there, it was Arcanado who dropped the pass. Rough game for him. There's no catches. It was Davis who had the pick. It was Davis. It was 23, not 29. My apologies. It was Sean Davis who had the interception. So 2nd and 10, ball at the 30-yard line. Gain of about 4 yards there. So it'll be 3rd and 6. Yeah, Rebel Stadium could work for the Generals. It's a bit out of nowhere. That's from Rebel Arena is kind of in the middle of nowhere. I've been there. It's a pain to get to. Nice arena, but just a pain to get to. But nice capacity. How many yards does Silvers have? 108. It's 108. False start, so back him up again. 3rd and 11. $11:48 left. Yeah, who only watched Super Bowl until halftime? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get it to some extent if it was a bad game, but the Super Bowl? Yeah. What NFL team allowed the most points in a season? That may surprise you. Was it the 66 Giants? I feel like the 66 Giants have to be up there. It was only a 14-game season, but I feel like they have to be up there. I mean, they got obliterated every game. They had like 40-plus points every single game. Pressure, but he's able to get rid of it. Fires over the middle. Is caught. 45, 50. Gets into Renegade territory down at the 47-yard line. 3rd and 11. And it's a 24-yard throw. Catch there made by Ben Putnam in Renegade territory. Like that one, came up with that one on the spot. Putnam into Renegade territory. Who is worse right now, Gumble or Al Michaels? Gumble. Michaels is bad, but at least he knows what's going on. Gumble has no clue what's going on at this point. He's lost. Gumble is completely lost. Weirdest team in the Doors, the Cayuse, the Elmos, or the Rocks? Cayuse. Easily the Cayuse. 2nd down, and they'll mark at the 44-yard line, so let's say gain of 3. Mike Vrabel going to the Hall of Fame? No. He's not going in as a player. He's not going in as a coach, at least not yet. How about Houston's helmet design? Not crazy about it. I don't like helmets that are different colors. I don't like helmets that are multiple colors. Like that, obviously. And I know, because I lived with it with the Jaguars. It looked terrible. It looked like they just ran out of paint midway through. Brandon has 138 yards after that play. I feel bad for Al. Yeah, don't feel bad for Al, though, because he was so lethargic in the Jaguars-Chargers game, and that was one of the best games of the season. That was a 27-0 comeback. He couldn't get excited for that? Like, come on. He ruined a great game with his call. Like, I think of some of the greatest plays in Jags history. So it's the first down run by Borghi, so move him to the 30-yard line on first down, or 35-yard line on first down. Like, you think of some of the greatest plays in Jags history, and the calls for them. And Al Michaels' call was bored. He was bored out of his mind. He's like, oh, there's a flag on the play, even though it was very clearly on the Chargers. So bad. NBC, when they aired a promo for the Chiefs-Jaguars game, they aired the Jaguars radio call for that play over Al Michaels' call, even though that was on their network. That's how bad that call was. Oh, 81 Colts. Yeah, they're up there. They were terrible that year. Going deep, he's got a man wide open, but miscommunication. Miscommunication there had him wide open. Jontre Kirkland. the number one target all game. If Pearson gets the Jags to a Super Bowl that gives him 2 rings with 2 different franchises, he gets in. Yeah, I think he gets in. That was a wide open throw. Would have made it a 9-point game, which with a conversion would have been a 2-possession game. Oh, man. Kirkland was waiting for that one. Spiro would have rather called than Al Michael. Yeah, look, Spiro, he's not great, but I like him on basketball. I do like him on basketball. Are they going to challenge if there was pass interference? Maybe that was what the holdup was. They have a challenge. You can challenge it on a penalty. They might be challenging that it's pass interference. And that's what the holdup was. That's why there was a miscommunication. So we will see. Ball was in the air when the contact was made. Let's see. Well, the ball was in the air when the contact was... Let's see this. Challenging for illegal contact. So not pass interference, they're challenging for illegal contact. Let's see what happens here. It didn't look like much. It just looked like a bad throw. It looked like it was good, tight coverage. Let's see the slow-mo replay. Did he... I don't think he grabbed anything. I don't think the cornerback grabbed anything. If it wasn't Joe Powell who would be called for it, I don't think he grabbed anything. I think this is going to stand, and it is. So they lose their challenge. They lose a timeout. So take that off the board. Borgie with the handoff gets 1 yard on the run, 39. Collab with Your Name Tree or KTO. Look, if they ever want to do a collab, I'm all for it. I'm down for it. Your Name Tree, I've been on Dumpster Fire before. He's awesome. KTO, he shouts me out all the time. I love his work. I love the tree, obviously. So if they ever want to collab, by all means, I will never turn down a collab with one of those guys. Catalan's great. I love Catalan. I love the pairing with him and Hall of Famer James Lofton. I've grown to love that pairing. 39, Silvers drops back. He's firing deep. And that is going to be picked off. Horrible, horrible throw. But there is a flag on the play. Will it be interference? Will it be on the return? If it stands, the interception is by Will Hill. But will Will's pick stand? We will see. It was a bad decision either way. Bad decision either way by Silvers to throw that ball. But it is illegal contact on the defense. Again, they don't have a challenge. Oh, illegal contact on the Roughnecks. Oh, on the Roughnecks. That's where they point. I think they point the wrong direction. Coverage there initially by Josh Hawkins. Horrible throw looking for Burnett. And picked up by Will Hill. So Will's pick will stand. 4 turnovers. Oh, no, it's on the right. Oh, graphic error. Another graphic error. Josh Hawkins called for illegal contact. That's a huge mistake there by ESPN. Huge mistake. They showed it was illegal contact on the Roughnecks, but it was on the Renegades. So give the Roughnecks a first down, get into field goal range. 2nd and 9. So Josh Hawkins with the illegal contact. Bad throw either way, but they do get bailed out with the penalty. 7.5 minutes left. Houston leading by 3. 17-14. Yeah, Catalan's really good. Eagles better than Nance at this point, but Nance, I mean, Romo's not doing him any favorites right now. He's fallen off. This is in context of the play before. See, I thought that was more than the play before. Silvers dropping back, pressure, pump fakes, fires up the middle, and is caught, can't stay on his feet, down at the 10-yard line. If he could stay on his feet, it would have been probably a touchdown, but put him in. Put him in the red zone. Gain of 18, 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Any thoughts on the vids done by Contact for Forgotten Places? So the thing with him is that, like, his channel is very unique in the sense that he covers 2 completely different niches. So stadiums and cities. two completely different niches, which is interesting because usually they say stick to one channel. Like you would think you have multiple channels for that, but no, he sticks to his multiple things, and he has success on both of them. Makes success on both of them. Look, he does everything on his phone, which is remarkable. I watched a behind the scenes video of some of the stuff he does. He does it on his phone, like the recording, GarageBand, he writes the scripts on on a notepad. He doesn't do anything with a computer, which is really, really weird to me. But it's great. It's absolutely great. Like, you can do it on your phone, more power to you. Who should collaborate between these guys? KTO, Tree, Tom Grossi, Flemlo, JG9, JG8, JG7. Well, here's the thing. JG9, I know, personally cannot stand JG8. I know there's a massive beef between those two content creators. They will never collab together. They absolutely hate each other. JG9 and JG8 despise each other, so they will never collab with each other. The other ones I would love to collab with, but I already know JG8 would never want to collab with me because he hates my guts. I don't know why, but he hates my guts. 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line. Just put the camera on your TV. That would also be illegal. That would also be very illegal. Handoff up the middle. It is a touchdown. Touchdown for the Roughnecks. Borghi. The 3rd down penalty. Illegal contact. Keeps the drive alive. They get the touchdown. Yeah, I like channels to focus on the same topic. Yeah, one topic. Yeah, that's why I created the separate channels for JG and JG7. I didn't want to do it on the same channel. I didn't want to alienate people like that. All right, extra point. They're going to go for 1. Try and make it a 10-point game. Put this game out of reach. 5 minutes exactly are left in this game. 5 minutes are left in this game. I hear JG is still very mature. Actually, he's still in college. Here we go. 1-yard line. 2-yard line, 1-point conversion. Giving it up to Borghi up the middle. This time, no good. Stuffed on the play. Trust you made the stop on that one. Looked like Sankey. Looked like Darnell Sankey maybe made the stop. Or Colin Schuler. It was one of the two. But that illegal contact on Hawkins was huge. It is still a 1-possession game. But got some work to do. That's a rushing touchdown. It is a rushing touchdown. 5 minutes on the dot. Best local broadcasting crew, in your opinion? Mets crew and SNY is great. The Mets SNY crew is phenomenal. Have I tried to sue JG for copyright infringement? He knocked off your name. I'm still trying to work at the lawsuit with JG7. At least JG8 got away with it because he has, I have official under JG9. He doesn't have official under JG8, but JG7 got, I mean, come on. Come on. Your name with 5-point fans play baseball got their butts kicked twice and Tree failed to hit the ball and get on base. That doesn't shock me. 5-point can actually play. 5-point, like I've seen him in the cages, like videos at least of him in the cages. He played back in the day. He can actually play. Tree, I don't think he can play. I don't think. Granted, I would not do any better. If I ever played in that game against like Portland, the Pickles or whatever, I would get obliterated. I can barely hit the ball off a tee. I would need to do some serious work in prep to hit a fastball like that. I can't field. I can't run the bases. I cannot hit. I can hit a softball in terms of softball underhanded, but the moment anything gets about like 50 miles an hour, just forget about it. I'm whiffing. I have no upper arm strength. I have no upper body strength. Lower strength is good. Official attendance weather chart, 11,765. You expect it to be more than that. You expect it to be more than that for a game between Houston and Dallas, but ooh, not great. Not great. Orlando got more fans than Houston? That kind of surprises me. DC and Houston just have it, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, DC, the jury's still out on DC to some extent, but Houston has it. Houston is the title contender the title favorite for a reason. I like your JG8 video on the 1999 Sun Bowl between Pittsburgh and A&M going to a review of the 1981 Formula One season. I know how that season happened. Yeah, that was a crazy story to do. That was an absolutely crazy story. Like, I get it if you want to show alternate program, but a rerun of Formula One? Like, come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? You have XFL Fantasy? XFL Fantasy exists? I know you can bet on XFL, but there's XFL Fantasy Leagues? I did not know that. Thoughts on Jake Paul losing to Tommy Fury? About time he lost. I didn't watch the fight, but about time he lost. I wish my pitching mechanics were better because I can't hit work. I know how to hit a screwball. Yeah, I'm not great at anything with baseball. Football, at least if you give me a year, I might be able to make it as a kicker. If you give me a year, I might be able to. Baseball, you can give me a year, I'm not doing anything. You're really good at karting and even won races with a torn ACL. That's incredible. Good for you, man. Good for you. A Formula One rerun in Juarez was so random. There are more crazy Sun Bowl stories coming up. Don't worry, there are more crazy. We have a really weird story between Nebraska and the country of Mexico. Kickoff field at the 18-yard line by the Renegades, down by 9. It's a one-possession game, but they got to go. This is probably 4-down territory at this point, unless it's fourth and backed up. Eggedair with a $2. Thank you so much. I want a stadium to be built at 69,420 seats. Don't let your dreams be dreams. That's all I'm saying. I will fund it. I will absolutely fund that stadium. We rebuild the Kibbe Dome, but we increase the capacity of that. That's what we do. 1st and 10, ball at the 28-yard line. Plitt drops back. Short throw, caught but a nice low tackle there. Tackle there by Likely, who said, again, an up-and-down game. Had the 2 fumbles, a very nice kickoff return, or punt return rather, 41-yard, and a nice tackle there. I've never played football. I mean, I played like recess in elementary school, but I know I can kick a ball. I've kicked many times before. I know I can kick, but that's about it. And what the heck is that run? What the heck was that? Adrian Killens just about killing this drive before it even got underway. Ball is now at the 21-yard line. After whatever the heck that was, a loss of 11. How many times do you see a loss of 11 with no fumble on the run? And Old Football Channel, it would be just very time-consuming. If these leagues survive long enough, I might do it. Oh, so you're the reason it didn't hit 69,420. You should be ashamed of yourself. 3rd and 17, Plitt. There's pressure. Holding on the play, it will get declined. 4th and a mile. 4th and 27 is coming up. 4th and 29 even. Well, I said it was 4-down territory unless you got stopped on this at the start and you got backed up. You have to punt here. You can't even think about the intentional safety because that'll make it a 2-possession game. Holding on the play, declined. The offensive line has given Plitt no favors all game. You saw earlier in the first quarter. You had 3 straight sacks. How much time is left? 3:35. Now, Arlington has 3 timeouts. They have the 2-minute warning. They're taking a lot of time to punt this ball away. I will say that. There is no reason they should be letting the play clock run all the way down. You got to punt that ball right away. They wasted about 10 additional seconds there. They didn't have. Nice punt by King. Booms it deep down the field. Fielded at 40 and down at the, or not down. Not down. He stayed on his feet down at the 46-yard line. It's not likely on the return. He kind of got benched after the 2 fumbles. Can't blame him. It's going to be Lee on the return. You got to punt that ball a bit sooner than that. Will we see some of these guys on NFL rosters in September? Yes. I think we will definitely see some of these guys on rosters. I could absolutely see guys like Cone getting a practice squad invite. I could see some of these receivers. I think Kirkland's going to get an invite of some kind. The running back on the Guardians, Martin, he's a bulldozer. I want the Jags to sign that guy. Do they play any sports? Yeah, I used to play soccer and basketball growing up, but it wasn't any good at them. I play golf. I still play golf to this day. I can shoot about high 90s, low 80s, so not great, but I have fun out there. I'm about a bogey golfer. Not from the blacks though, from the whites. So not great, but I can hit straight. That's all that matters. Gives you a dumb decision on what happened. It was a dumb decision. It was bad, but you got to punt it 10 seconds sooner. But I didn't do one on the Reggie Barlow timeout, and that was terrible. So, what position did I play in soccer? I mean, we didn't really have positions back then. It was like I played in 5th grade, like up until 5th grade. I think center back. I think center back was really what I played. It was the least amount of running. I did some goalie every now and then. I saved a PK once. That was the highlight of my athletic career. Diving PK in the upper corner. I still remember that to this day where I was. I could say Borg in the NFL. I could see him getting a look. I could see him getting a look. If I do 654, where I do videos on soccer, basketball, and hockey. If I do soccer, it'd be Jaguar Year 10. Basketball, hockey, that would probably be 6 and 5. What's going on right now? Commercial break. We have a commercial break. Houston ball. All-star game between NFL and XFL. Spread is NFL favored -50. Does the XFL cover? No. No, I don't think they do. All right, so Houston's going to get the ball around near midfield. Would soccer be next for JG? I talked about it in the last stream. I might debate doing cricket as the next one. Because, honestly, there's no channel out there that does Indian cricket streams. And India is an untapped market. Like, the first one to do that will be lucrative. Will be absolutely lucrative. Of the top 31 YouTube channels and subs, 12 of them are from India. So, honestly, I might do a Cole McDonald in the game. Ball at the 46-yard line. McDonald going to keep it himself. Cole McDonald getting down to the 48-yard line, so getting it 2. It's interesting because McDonald only gets in the game to throw the ball. They don't put him in on anything that's not a run. Guardians and Browns, who would win? The Browns by about 100. Renegades call their first time out. They have 2 left plus the 2-minute warning. This has been the best game of the week so far. Not that's saying much because the last 2 games were absolutely terrible. But again, once this stream is done, once this game is done, thank you guys again for tuning in, for being there the whole way through, especially if you were there all 6 hours. This has been absolute blessed. I'm exhausted. I still got a lot of work to do. I still have to eat. I have not eaten since breakfast because of these streams, but we will see. We will see. WWE, probably not. Probably not. I'm not crazy about wrestling. Soccer videos, oh, people would watch them. It's just copyright is insane with soccer. Copyright's absolutely insane. Second down, hand off to Borgie, breaks a few tackles to get back to the line and then some. 3rd and 7. The best college team played the worst XFL team. All right, this depends. This depends on a lot of things. Is the best college team a team like Georgia this year, where I think Stetson Bennett amounts to nothing in the NFL? Or is this a team like LSU where their quarterback is lights out? They're not calling a timeout. Because there's a difference. There's a major difference. JG for NASCAR Mercer probably 3 in honor of Dale Earnhardt. And that is caught, stays in bounds, changes its direction down to the 34-yard line. So they pick up the first down. Now you figure the Renegades, they're not going to call a timeout. They're going to let it run down to the 2-minute warning. It is getting very dicey. Very, very dicey. So you have 2 timeouts. There's 1 untimed down. They should have called the timeout right then and there. The catch on the play made by Ben Putnam. 2 minutes left. High School Football Channel, that would be a bit dicey, almost in the sense that, like, do I want to do comical stories about kids? Like, I don't know. That. Plus, you also have, like, there's rules about minors on YouTube and whatnot. Like, it gets a bit weird. It gets a bit weird. You are king of what you do. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Pickleball Channel. Pickleball Channel. 21, maybe? Let's see. LSU offense, Georgia defense with Dora's head coach versus Guardians with Jeff Saturday. LSU offense, they just take over. Is Hank Hill at the game? I don't see any propane, so I don't think he's there. But like with the best college team versus the worst XFL team, it depends on the quarterback. It depends on who the quarterback is. An animation domination channel. Well, that would be a very easy way to get copyrighted. We have over 150 people in this stream right now watching the end of this game. Thank you so much. Is there a way to discuss game with just still photos? There is. It's just not as engaging. It's not as fun. Retention goes down when you do that. I like having the footage. Photos is just it's almost slideshow like, and YouTube is starting to crack down a lot on channels that show almost slideshows, and that would kind of be a slideshow. Who has the ball? The Roughnecks have the ball. It's first down. Renegades have 2 timeouts. We're at a 2-minute warning. So you figure if the Renegades get a stop here, you figure, okay, the play will take 5 seconds. The next one will take 5 seconds to call a timeout. It's 1:50 left. Next play takes 5 seconds. Then you run it all the way down. Kick the field goal. If it's no good, you're going to get the ball back with about a minute. Best case scenario, the Renegades get the ball back with about a minute. Rugby channel might be tough to do. Might be tough to do. If I were to do rugby 15, it'd be JG 15 easily. I've never seen that sport before. I've never seen that sport. I have no idea what it is. Honestly, an Olympic channel might be good. Favorite XFL team? I don't have a favorite team. There's no local team by me, so I just like watching the games. I think we will have a stream on Saturday for the game taking place there, and we will have no streams next Sunday, but we will have Saturday streams. And again, the next expansion is not for a while. I want to get JG8 and JG7 up to daily uploads before I even consider expansion, or at least every other day. There's a lot I want to do and not a lot of time I have. But the next step would honestly probably be Cricket Channel in India. Because you can just make bank on that. QB Keeper gets quite a few yardage there, down at the 26-yard line, gain of 7. Cole McDonald. You would think that they would realize this because McDonald has been in the game for 3 snaps, and all 3 times he's kept the ball. He hasn't thrown he's thrown 1 pass today, but I don't remember what that pass was. But every time he's been in the game, he's been running the ball. How are they not realizing this? Prediction for March Madness. This year is so up in the air. There's no dominant force. I really don't want Alabama. For obvious reasons. I think what's happening right now is despicable. But just knowing that, my gut is telling me Alabama. I don't want it to happen, but my gut is telling me Alabama. Which would stink for obvious reasons. 2nd and 2. Renegades only have 1 timeout left. This could be the ball game. Just a vlog about JG's life. I mean, I might rebrand JG highlights and something like that. Borgie does not... It looks like he's short. Now that, the far referee looks like it's giving it to him, but I don't know, that spot looks awfully generous. I wonder if Sky Judge is going to come in and look at that. If it is a first down, that's ball game. If it is a first down, that's the ball game. Clock is stopped. I'm not sure he got the first down. He might have been half a yard short. 1:47 left. We'll see what this ruling is. The Renegades are out of timeouts officially. If that remains a first down, then they can just take a knee. The Roughnecks become the 3rd team in the XFL, joining DC and St. Louis to go to 2-0 on the season. And the Renegades would drop to 1-1 if this first down holds. And it looks like it will. Looks short from my vantage point, but it's a channel of canceled TV shows. That might be good. That could be interesting. That could be interesting. They did not give him the first down. They did overrule it. Okay. I was not going crazy. They did not they overruled it. Okay. I was going to say, 3rd and 1. Now the Roughnecks burn a timeout. They felt they got the first down, so now they're readjusting their play. Probably were in victory formation, and then they had to readjust because of that. Okay, so I was not going crazy. That was not a first down. I don't know what the far ref was thinking. It's a solid half-yard short. All right, I thought I was thinking crazy pills for a second. That was not a first down. 3rd and 1. You figure just a QB sneak here. Silvers keeps it himself, and they just power forward. Overtime in the XFL, if there is, it would be like a PK shootout almost. You have 3 plays from the 5-yard line, and whoever gets the most wins, which I love. I absolutely love that format. Absolutely love that format. I think the NFL could adopt that. Water polo, I don't think that would get the love. I don't think that would get the love. Yeah, Brightstone Films is great. I watch a lot of their videos. 3rd and 1, you figure just QB sneak, 2 sneaks, and this game right here. They're bringing everyone up to the line. Mano-y-mano, your line against my line, and it looks like Houston's line gets the edge. Wade Phillips celebrating as the Roughnecks will go to 2-0 and win this ball game by a final score of 23-14. Just take some knees and get out of there. Roughnecks win the game 23-14. For those interested, final stats. Silver, 173 yards passing for the Roughnecks. Leading rusher, Cole McDonald, 7 carries, 39 yards. Borgia, 12 for 27. Yeah, really, that first down play when McDonald got 8 yards. McDonald was in the game. Every time that he was in the game, they just ran the ball. So I don't know why they weren't ready for that. Kirkland, 56 yards. Putman, 65 yards. Touchdown scored by Cedric Bird and Nick Holley. On the Renegades side, for those wondering, in XFL Fantasy Leagues and for betting purposes, Drew Plitt, 15 for 30, 120, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Took 5 sacks. Offensive line did no favors. Running game got nothing, only just 43 yards there. Smith with 16 yards, leading rusher there. $20 donation from Daniel Teichman. Let's get this under money. Yes, the under, 23-14. The under is cashing. The under is cashing, folks. So if you're the under, congratulations. $20. Holy cow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to stay on for a few more minutes. See if anyone's on that. That was amazing. Holy cow. So Houston wins this one 23-14. I'm going to look at that sport after the stream. I'm absolutely going to look at this sport. In terms of receiver, Sal Canelo, leading receiver for the Renegades, 4 receptions, 38 yards. Other than him, Smith had 4 for 32. Arcanado had 2 for 17. Everyone else, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot there. Final score, Roughnecks 23, Arlington 14. Vegas looking good so far. They have the Roughnecks as the title favorites. They're 2-0. They're looking like the best team in the XFL. They have the Guardians as the worst team according to the odds. It was like plus 900. They are looking terrible right now. So let's think power rankings wise. How would I have the teams as power rankings? Houston's number 1. Orlando is number 8. Let's see after that. DC, I'd probably put at number 2. Honestly, I've been more impressed by San Antonio than I have been with St. Louis, so I put the Brahmas at 3. I know the Brahmas... $50! Holy cow! $50 from Daniel Teichman! Holy cow! $49.99! What on earth? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Whoa! $69.98 given by Daniel Teichman. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Oh, you just made my night with that. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I thought under was dead at halftime. So did I. The offenses were looking good. 14-11 at the half, and the Renegades got nothing going after that. Oh my goodness. Daniel Teichman, you beautiful son of a gun. Is that the largest amount? On stream, yeah. On stream, yes. We had someone give away $100 on stream one time for trivia. We saw that one time. But in terms of a YouTube stream, this is the most. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I remember the plan one time gave $100 on stream for NFL trivia. But oh my goodness. What if someone donated $500 to your stream? Whatever you wanted me to do. Honestly, you donate $500, I'll do whatever you want me to do. Anything in the rules that will not get me banned, I will do whatever you want me to do. You donate $500. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can donate $500 on YouTube stream. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. You do a good job on stream. Thank you so much. Does Have That Go Trivia, do we get all? For these streams, I get all of it. But for trivia, anytime you donate during trivia, half that goes to trivia. But for YouTube streams, I get all of it. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to stay on for a few more minutes after that. Oh my goodness. Thank you. I'm watching on my other monitor the Timberwolves Warriors game 96-94, 5 minutes left. Wow. Wow. Yeah, literally 2 days before I quit my job. Yeah, that was like July of 2021, I think it was. Yeah. Yeah, that was. I remember that vividly. I remember where I was just in disbelief. You should have seen my face during that. Obviously, I don't show my face on the Twitch streams, but just seeing that was amazing. Yeah, 500 is the maximum donor on YouTube. Yeah. Holy cow. Daniel Teichman. I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you so much. Thanks for doing all these streams. Thank you so much, Weather Show. Highlight of the weekend. As always, since season, please do as when you can. Absolutely will. So Saturday we'll do a stream again. I'm going to stay on for a few more minutes. But Saturday we'll do a stream, and we will do a stream. No streams on Sunday, but we will do a Saturday night stream if all goes according to plan for the XFL Saturday night game. Donald Payne got 7 tackles. He loved the team in tackles. Wow. Treat myself to lobster dinner tonight. Wow. Holy cow. How much for you to do an entire stream while wearing a Titans jersey? Can I do an Oilers jersey instead? Can I do an Oilers jersey? If I can do an Oilers jersey, I might do it. I love Earl Campbell. I love Earl Campbell, so I can do an Oilers jersey. Problem is that I have to buy the jersey, so it would have to be enough money where I could buy the jersey and not lose money. CFL channel called JG1. Open channel memberships and allow for the perks to be the same as your Patreon. I could do that. We have another $19.99 from Daniel Teichman. You seem like a guy I get along with. Oh, I would get along with you just fine. Thank you so much. Another donation from Daniel Teichman. $89.97. Oh my goodness. This is... How much money did you win on that under? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. This is amazing. Yeah, I'm staying on for a bit. Oh my goodness. $89.97. This is incredible. Oh my goodness. The madman did it again. Have fun on my cruise. What company am I cruising with? I'm cruising with Royal Caribbean. I'm taking the Oasis of the Seas. So if you're going to be on the Oasis of the Seas, which is, it's actually a bummer because the week after I'm doing it, the Oasis of the Seas has a 72 Dolphins reunion cruise where they have the 72 Dolphins on board. And I'm really bummed I'm not going on that because that would be awesome. But I'm going on the Oasis of the Seas. We're going to Labadee. We're going to San Juan. We're going to not Castaway Cay. That's Disney's private island. We're going to Coco Cay. It really should be Coco Cay, but it's perfect day at Coco Cay, so it's that. And we are going to what's the other? St. Thomas. That's the one we're going to. So should be nice. It should be nice. Leave Sunday, or I'm leaving on Friday. I'm flying on Friday, so I'll be streaming on Saturday. Hopefully, if all goes according to plan, in my hotel room on Saturday, the XFL games, and then Sunday I'll be cruising until Sunday. So, am I driving to Miami? No, I'm flying. I'm taking Southwest. I would lose money if I drove from Phoenix to Miami. I would lose. Didn't someone donate $1,000 to Tom Grassi? It wouldn't shock me. Grassi Posse is amazing. Grassi Posse. I mean, the amount of money that Grassi must make on his streams. I mean, he's an amazing person. He does so much good work for charity and for all these great organizations. Grassi's a great guy. I've been on his show multiple times. He's as nice and as funny as people say. He's awesome. But the amount of money he gets on streams is just insane to me. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Because he makes a lot on videos too, but I mean, they're not like, you won 2K. Holy, you won 2K on the under? Oh my goodness, we have another $199 from Daniel. Thank you, sir. You won 2K on the under. How did you win 2K on the under? You bet that much money on the under? Wow. Wow. Fortune favors the bold. Oh my goodness. This might be the burner account of Elon Musk. He's still got to pay off that Twitter debt. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, at this rate, I might stay up. At this rate. I'm not driving to Miami. How much for you to sing the entire Burger King jingle? We'll see. We'll see. A 24-hour live stream? I might do that at some point. We'll see, depending on how much money I might do tonight. We'll see. Oh, my goodness. This is incredible. Yeah, I might open up channel memberships, so just to know what I would offer on that. But I might open up memberships. I got to look into that. I might look at that on the plane ride there. I might look into on the plane ride there. I always look into something business-wise with the channel, like merchandise. I usually work on merchandise on plane rides, or I'll do something like that. So maybe. How much time is left? The game is over. I really should put that. The game is over. The Roughnecks win 23-14. Farm Simulator live streams had almost 300 donated memberships and 300. Wow. We have another $5 from Teichman. Holy cow. It's like winning 4K because I thought I lost. That's a good way to look at it. It's found money. It's found money, essentially. Holy cow. 96.95. Oh, my goodness. I don't even know what I'm seeing right now. This is amazing. Is your Twitch the same name? It's JaguarGator9 NFL. So my Twitch name is, it's sort of the same name. I couldn't get JaguarGator9 for some reason, but it's JaguarGator9 NFL. I think it wasn't like enough characters or something. I wouldn't be bummed this much now if it were the 90s Bills or in your case the 99 Jaguars. It's real. Yeah, that'd be a problem. That would be a problem. I wish my channel made that much money. Yeah, this is like insane. This is absolutely insane to me. I'm in disbelief. This never happens on stream. Another one! Oh my goodness, DJ Cal, another one. Let's get some more donations. I'll match all donations in the next 2 minutes. All right, folks. You heard the man. He will match all donations in the next 2 minutes. Oh my goodness. 101.94. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely insane. This is I don't even know what to say. I feel like I owe you something, man. This is incredible. I feel like I owe you like a discount code on the merch store or something. Like, this is insane to me. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna end the stream as a millionaire. Oh my goodness. It's gonna help with the cruise. I'll put it that way. This will be some good money for spending on the cruise. So help with the studio. A lot of this money is going to go straight into building the studio that is coming in the next 2 or 3 months when I get the new 2-bedroom place. I have a lot of cool merchandise that I'm buying and going to display on the studio. I found a Super Bowl 12 pennant for the first time, which is amazing to me because I did not expect to find that whatsoever. Got some Super Bowl helmets that are going to be displayed during that. Warriors just hit it for me at $102.99. This is insane. $101.94 courtesy of that Here you owe matcher TMAC34 with a donation. Thank you so much. And we have a $2 from Broski. Or $5 from Broski, rather. I really enjoy your content. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your donation. And I really thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, this is awesome. Broski with the $5. I enjoy your content. I see you on stream all the time. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. Broski with a $5. TMAC34 with a $2. Consider doing a stream house tour when I finally move. I will. I'll do something. I'll upload something. I'll show you my current setup after that, and then I'll show the studio tour, because the studio is going to look really, really nice. It's going to look really, really good. This is absolutely amazing. Yeah, keep grinding on the YouTube thing, Buckeye. Keep grinding on the YouTube thing. If you're passionate about it, it's going to come. The videos get better and better, and if you keep grinding, it will come. It came to me. I had like 400 subs at like the first 5 months. I was not moving at all. We have Scorpion with a $5. Thank you so much. If you did a live stream wearing a Houston Texans jersey during your next Roughnecks broadcast, I'll donate $50. You know what? There are some players on the Texans I like. I'll do it. I'll do it. I can find a Texans jersey on eBay. I'll do it. I'm a man of my word. I will do it. You donate $50, I'll find a Texans jersey on eBay. I'll do it. I will do it. Mario Williams, there's jerseys for $26. I'll do it. I will absolutely do it. Mixed Bros for Life, $5. Appreciate the knowledge. Thank you so much. I appreciate your donation. We have a $10 from Weather Chart. Oh my goodness. You put a lot of work into these streams and videos. The fruits of your labor are starting to ripen. I'm very happy for you. I'm honored to be a part of this group. Thank you so much, JJ. Thank you so much for the donations, and thank you for being a part of this stream. And thank you for being at every XFL game and giving the weather report and donating. This really, you make my day, guys. You absolutely make my day. See, I'm looking at jerseys right now. Aaron Glenn, I'm seeing Aaron Glenn jersey. He used to play for the Jaguars. Steve Sladen, I'm seeing some jerseys. I think probably Mario Williams is probably the best bet. Seeing a jersey I can get for like $25. JJ Watt, I don't know how much it would cost. I don't know how much a JJ Watt jersey would cost. $35. I'm seeing Arian Foster jersey. Oh, I like Foster. $25. I would do it. Tony Baselli Texans jersey. Did they make? Did they make a Tony Baselli Texans? I'll do it. I will absolutely do it. Oh my goodness, they do have a Tony Baselli jersey. They do have a Tony Baselli jersey. Oh my goodness, I might have to do this. Okay, it's $35 to buy plus $6.55 shipping. But honestly, I might have to do it. $2 from T-Mac, thank you so much. Will we ever get a JG9 video game stream, Madden 04? I might do video game streams down the road. When I get another monitor, I might do it down the road. I might do it down the road. Is there a way around the donation thing if you aren't monetized yet? Just wondering. I'm looking to donate more lives, so I'm not sure if it's worth until I get monetized. Not sure what you mean by that. Not sure what you mean by that. I won't wear a Watson jersey. I will not wear a Watson jersey. This guy works hard every week. Thank you so much. Yeah, I am just a machine with content and whatnot. I mean, Patreon can work. Patreon works. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I know there's Patreon, and you can do that way. I won't wear a Watson jersey, but I'll tell you this much: Tony Baselli, they have Baselli Texans jerseys. You donate the $50, I'll do it. You donate the $50, I'll do it. For the Week 5 game, because obviously I can't stream Week 3 because I'm on my cruise. Week 4 I'll be flying back from the cruise, or that game's at 6 o'clock on Saturday, so I'll still be on the cruise technically. But the Thursday game, March 16th against the Sea Dragons, I'll do. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! What on earth is going on? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! What the? What the? This is... I don't even know what to say anymore. This feels like a dream. Oh my goodness! Silver's had 173. Which is less than what Teichmann has donated. What the? What the? Oh my goodness. A hundo! Daniel Teichmann with a hundo. I'm sorry, what? What the actual? This is nuts. All right. I am buying the jersey right now. I am buying that jersey. You'll email you about the... Yeah, I am buying that jersey right now. It's too good not to have. I am buying that thing right now. It should be here between March 2nd and March 4th. I am buying that right now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what to say. I really don't even know what to say. I'm staying on for a bit. I'm not leaving right now. There's no reason to leave. This is insane. All right. I am buying the jersey right now. It will be on stream for the Week 5 game that Houston has against Seattle. Thursday night. $200. Thank God the undercash. I mean, oh my goodness. $2 from Banjo Wing by let's see Rec to Kabaddi on the stream. All right, I'm going to watch right now. I can't show the footage, obviously, but I will. Let me buy this jersey. I will update the donation leaderboard, and I will watch some Kabaddi right now. You know what? We'll do that. We'll do that. Order is in. All right, the order is officially in. The order is officially in. What just happened? $200 just happened. $200 just happened. I don't even know what to say. I really don't even know what to say. $2 from Vanderblane Bison. Thank you so much for that. All All right, let me watch some Kabaddi. I have never heard this sport before in my life. I would love to see it. Kabaddi. We have a $9.99 again from Daniel Talkman. This man having Uber Eats for there. Oh, I didn't have for dinner yet. I have not eaten since breakfast, so I gotta treat myself to something. Might do some pizza tonight. I might make some grilled cheese. We'll see. Might do Uber Eats if there's anything open like Papa John's or whatnot. $211.92 right now. Daniel Talkman. Oh my goodness. All right, let's watch some Kabaddi. Okay, pro Kabaddi highlights. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Tamil versus Bengaluru. All right, let's watch this. I've never heard this sport in my life. All right, so is it one? So you have to. Oh, okay. So I get it. You have to cross over the line. Okay. All right, you have to cross over the line. Yeah, I will wear the Tony Baselli jersey, loud and proud. Wait, so you have to cross over the line. I'm assuming you can't touch the guy. I'm assuming you're not allowed to touch the guy. I'm assuming orange is out of bounds. And again, I'm assuming you're not allowed to make contact with the guy. This is insane. I genuinely can't thank you guys enough. This is not just Daniel, but everyone. Thank you so much. This is never happened before. I love doing these games, even for no money. I do these games because, look, I was going to stream the game. I was going to watch the games anyway. Might as well stream it with you guys and talk about it and just talk random stuff. This is just a bonus. Like, oh my goodness. So I guess I'm trying to figure out the rules of the sport in the sense that, you can tackle the guy. Oh, you can tackle the guy. Wait, so okay, if I'm understanding right, you have to step over the line, and then once you step over the line, you can get tackled. You have to make it back to the center line. And if you don't, and the black line is worth more than the white line, and if you step out of bounds, you don't get the point, or if you get tackled, you don't get the point before you make it back to the center line. Am I understanding that right? Am I understanding that right? This seems like, based on my very first watching Kabaddi, this is my understanding. It's a very interesting. It looks really, really cool. I'd love to see this in the Olympics. But it seems like you can't tackle the guy until they step over the line. And once they step on the line... So you're saying that using Twitch or Patreon will allow you to get paid if people donate during the stream before you get monetized? Patreon, anyone can have a Patreon. Anyone can have a Patreon. And anyone can have a Twitch, and you can donate on Twitch. YouTube, you can only make money once you're monetized. Twitch and Patreon, you can make money at any time. All right, I think I'm understanding the sport right. You have to make it back to the line in time, or you have to make it back before you get tackled. This is a really, really interesting sport. I like this. I like this a lot. Aussie rules football is great. I watch it. I used to watch it all the time when it was on FS2, like at midnight, but I think they stopped doing that. I mean, there's still some like intricacies and rules that I don't quite get about this sport, but for my first time, I think I'm understanding how this sport works. I've not watched Gaelic football. I've not watched that, or I've not watched a lot of it. But I like this sport. I like this sport a lot. Yeah, I definitely want to watch like videos on the rules of Kabaddi, because this is a really, really interesting sport right here. Oh my goodness, this stream is insane. How is DC head of St. Louis in the power rankings? AJ McCarron. I'm not sold on him whatsoever. Yeah, let me think of the power rankings, because I was on that, and then the donation train started. Let me think. So again, Houston 1, I would put DC at 2, San Antonio 3, I put St. Louis at 4, Renegades 5, Viper, no, not Viper 6, Sea Dragon 6, Viper 7, and I would put the Guardians at 9. 8 would be just a wet paper bag. This is an insane stream. What on earth? All right, scoring a body is relatively simple. Teams score 1 point for each opponent that they put out of the game. Putting an opponent is done in different ways. When attacking, it's somebody the raider touching opposition members, putting them out. When it's defending, it's somebody preventing the raider returning to their own half. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, so I would love to learn more about this sport. Yeah, I definitely like an Indian sports channel almost, like kabaddi, cricket. Like, if I can, because really, India is an untapped market when it comes to sports YouTube channels, but 12 of the top 31 YouTube channels and subs are that. Oh, they're fighters till the end, don't get me wrong. They're fighters till the end, but I just can't trust whatsoever. I cannot trust I can't trust AJ McCarron. He's missing way too many wide open guys. More donations, LOL, I love his reaction. Do you think on the 1991 VFL final pregame show with Angry Anderson? Is it any worse than Meatloaf's show at the AFL final? Because I've watched that many times, and I've cried of laughter every time he does I Do Anything for Love. What do you think Orlando needs to do to salvage the young season? A lot. A lot. Quarterback play is terrible. I think what you should do, I'd call up the Roughnecks, see if Cole McDonald's available for a trade. I'd call up to see if Reed Sinet's available for a trade. There's a lot of good backup quarterbacks in this league. McDonald and Sinet in particular, I think, have a shot in this league. But they're not going to start anytime soon. McDonald's not starting. Sinet's not starting in San Antonio. I called them up and see if they want to do a trade. Is this the most amount of money I've ever gotten on stream? Yes, by a lot. By a lot. This is... Now I know why Tom Grossi is sort of rich. Yeah, oh, his streams make bank. His streams make absolute bank. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like, he can't even get to all the donations in time. It's absolutely absurd. It's absolutely absurd. He can't even get to all the donations in time. People just donate. Like, he gets to a point where he only answers questions from people that donate because that's the only way he can see the messages because they're flying like crazy. And obviously his videos make money, but it's probably not a lot of money because he doesn't run mid-rolls and his vids are short, so his RPM is probably not great. So it's like money, and short-wise, you don't make money on shorts. Like, I have a short that is at like 19,000 views and it's made $1. Shorts are not the future. Shorts, the money is not there in shorts, so keep that in mind. Do I think the Magic are well set with Paulo? Yeah, I like him a lot. I think it was the right choice at number 1 overall. They have a lot of work to do, but I think that was the right call. Favorite NFL team of all time? I mean, I'm a diehard Jaguars fan. My favorite team, the 2017 team will always hold a special place in my heart. This team will too, 2022 team, but 2017, considering what we was going through and how magical that was, they will always hold a place in my heart. Could the NFL or XFL sue you for making money on? They could not sue me. I'm not using any of their material. I'm not using any of their material. They couldn't sue me whatsoever. There's nothing that they could even remotely argue here. I'm not making money off their likeness or anything. I'm just calling the game. And now we're not even talking about the game. Now we're just on stream just messing around. This is amazing. Holy cow. Oh, and Tom's recaps are amazing. He nailed the Jaguars recap perfectly. Like, he got everything down. Tom's great. Tom works his butt off. And the fact that he did all of that while he was teaching, like, mad respect for him. Mad respect for him. We have a $5 from Mark76. Thank you so much. Love the channel. Keep up the good work. What's your favorite video I've ever done? All right. So there's 2 answers to this one. I have to cheat a bit. There's 2 answers. Because one of them I don't really think should count. But the stream I did back in 2020, I did a video where I had this idea of retro red zone. And the idea behind it was the world shut down, nothing's happening. Let's take NFL games that happened from week 2 of the 1988 season and let's compile a red zone video of that. So let's do every single 1 o'clock game. I found the footage for every single 1 o'clock game. How's it going, Sarah? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. We are still on. We're still going to be on for quite a while. But for that video, it took so many hours. It took a month of work to do. It took a lot of help from Fen Shields, who did the voiceover for it. He was phenomenal. He was such a blast with that. He reached out to me on that. I thought, you know what? like NFL, they air red zones, but I've seen these before. I want to see red zones, like make red zone broadcasts of stuff that you haven't done red zones of before. So I found all the 1 o'clock games from week 2 of the 1988 season, and I compiled a red zone like broadcast of that, so you would see in real time if red zone existed back then, how it would work. We have a $9.99 from Daniel Teichman. Have you seen the video from Bookie298? Where's my Mountain Dew? Keep watching now and react to it. I can't have the audio on, unfortunately, but why choose week 2 of 1998? But I can look at it. I've heard of Bookie298. He's had an interesting career, I should say. It's had quite the up and down. I'll put it that way. I've seen the stories of its drama. If you're Spurs or Saints fan, will 7-8, would that be my favorite top? Yes, absolutely. So the thing with week 2, 1988, that was one of the only weeks I could find all the footage of, and you had some great games in that. Like you had Giants-Niners, which came down to a touchdown with 2 minutes left. That was so much fun to put together. A lot of work. So what I expected was that I would get some subs from that, I would get some viewers from that, but it would be a cool concept and then people would tune out for 10 minutes. But what happened was the views kept growing and growing. And then people picked up on it. And by people, I mean some SB Nation blogs. I mean Michael David Smith of Pro Football Talk. I mean Pro Football Focus picked it up. And the best part, Andrew Siciliano and Scott Hansen both took photos of them watching the broadcast. The Red Zone host, the inspirations for this, who I love to death, they reached out to me and they took photos of them watching the thing and they were live tweeting it. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is blown up. For like one day, I'm like the king of the NFL right now. Nothing's happening. I'm like a king of the sports world. Like, what the heck? This was not supposed to happen. But that was my favorite video I've done. I don't think I'll ever do that again. It was so much fun. I might do a red zone down the road, but I'd have to up the production level. I'd have to do a lot. And it was so time consuming, but I loved every second of it. And that really elevated the channel. That got me to at least a consistent audience. And that was back when I had like 1,500 subs. And right now we are so close to 50K. Yeah, how close are we to 50K? I feel like we might hit it by the end of the week. Let me check what we're at. But favorite history video I've done. The Genesis halftime show is up there. Mike Goldberg is up there for sure. My favorite might be, I did a video one time, I think because of the twist ending. So let me find the red zone video. 5-minute videos don't get the money, unfortunately. 5-minute videos, the RPM is not there. Because that's what I used to do, but it just wasn't feasible. Like, I'll just be transparent about the financials. I had a video on like the time Peyton Manning's signs got stolen. That was like a 5-minute video. Made 200,000 views. It got around $200. The money's not there, and that's for a video that went viral. So is that how you really launch up to level your? It's part of it. It's part of it. It's not the It's not the only reason. That got me like an extra 500 subs. But this is the video. The other video that like my favorite one to do. There was a video I did on the time that an NBC affiliate in 1986 in Philadelphia decided to not air an NFL game and instead air a movie, which was a weird broadcasting story. And then I looked into what movie they aired, and it was a baseball movie. So they were showing a sports movie instead of live sports. Like, that was a good idea. And just the twist ending, I think I will never have another thing like that in my life. You should hire an editor to build another red zone video that you just do the audio overlay. I could do that. It just wouldn't be as fun. It's not as rewarding. It wouldn't be as rewarding. So I'll link a bit to the I'll leave a link to the bingo long video. See if I can find it. See if I can find it. It was definitely this one. Yeah, I made this one 11 months ago. That was a fun video to do. The other one that I really love doing, I did a video on the Super Bowl 23, the Talent Challenge. That was a fun one to do. Just Reggie White's comedy routine and how NBC thought that was a good idea. The other one was the high school twist ending was good. The other one that I loved doing was the Bon Jovi video. Super Bowl 37, just the twist of it being an avalanche of Bon Jovi. I love doing that one. I absolutely love doing that one. Did you see the Caillou episode where Mike Goldberg went to Caillou's house? I think he got banned for being too profane. Yeah, unless I'm showing the game still make money, then no, I'm just there's nothing they can do about it. Yeah, Brandon Perna has been making money from being a Broncos fan, having to watch the 2022 Broncos. Yeah, I will never stream a Jaguars game. I'll do Monday Night Football games. I'll never stream a Jaguars game. I'll never do that. Just because it's not as fun. I'm too stressed out. And it would be kind of a boring stream, too, because I don't really speak during Jag teams. I get excited when things happen, but when things go wrong, I'm kind of used to it. The Retro Red Zone was great. Love the Bad Beats vids. Thank you. Yeah, I want to bring back Bad Beats vids. They just didn't get the views and whatnot. They weren't as popular, but I love doing those vids. If there's footage for Saints Bengals 78, would that be your favorite topic? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Why did I just do the 1 o'clock games and not the 4 o'clock games? I couldn't find the footage for all the 4 o'clock games. I was like, if I'm going to do it, I got to do it right, so I have to do every single game from that time slot. If I had the 4 o'clock games, I would have done it. All right, I'm going to watch the Boogie video. I'm going to watch the video. But again, I do not have audio right now. It takes how people viewers who don't sub to the channel. I mean, it's totally fine. Believe me. Subs at this point, I love having subs, don't get me wrong. But dead subs can kill the channel. So we're right now 49,856. Holy cow. We are 140 subs away or so from hitting 50K, which is insane. Absolutely insane. All right, well, let me look this up. Boogie 2988, the Mountain Dew video. Where's my Mountain Dew? All right. Let's see this. All right, I'm going to mute the audio for the next 3 minutes. So keep the questions coming. I'm still on stream. I'm just watching this video because Tyke donated $10. Thank you so much again for that. Thank you for all the donations. $221 from him just alone. Putting an earbud from another device to listen to it. That should work. Oh yeah, I could just do that. All right, let me put my phone up. Let me put my phone up for it. All right, hopefully nothing happens here. All right. I'm watching, I just have an ad right now. I'm great, been binging NFL history vids. That's awesome. Can I watch other YouTube videos while streaming on YouTube like Twitch? I can do that, but you can't get copyright. You get copyright claim for that. So, no, I can't really do that. Twitch is a bit different. Worst announcing team, Caillou, Mike Goldberg, and Elmo. Put Joe Green in there, and I agree with you, too. The Hallis rematch, yeah, that was a long time ago. That was 3 years ago. That was amazing. That was a long, long time ago. All right, watching right now. Urmar Clue was very fantastic. Thank you so much. Yeah. That was a fun one. Glad to say I will remember the legend of Daniel Teichman. I will too. This has been a night I will never forget. Holy cow. XFL review show coming probably tomorrow sometime, if not tomorrow, Tuesday. That's awesome. I don't have the time to do an XFL review show, but so I guess if you want XFL content, go to Buckeye Mike for the review show. Oh, this is peak early 2010s YouTube. Oh my goodness. It's a great recommendation. I don't know how I haven't seen this before. Because this is peak 2010s YouTube. $1.99 from Boogie, or from Daniel Teichman. I love Boogie. I'm a big guy, so I can relate to him. Thank you so much for the donation. Yeah. And this is... I remember this day and the day we had donations from Legend Daniel Teichman. Yes, this has been amazing. This has been absolutely amazing. The stream's gone way longer than I expected. This is a pay-to-win channel. No, it is not. It's not pay-to-win channel. That was great. Human form mounted. Oh my goodness. All right, so again, I have bought the Tony Baselli Texans jersey. I will wear that on stream because of these donations. I will wear that on stream for the next Roughnecks game. The Tony Baselli Texans jersey. I can't believe that exists. I really cannot believe that exists. That's a real thing. But I am now the owner of a Tony Baselli Texans jersey. I met Baselli at the Hall of Fame. I should have asked him to sign. I should have known that. Asked him to sign that jersey right then. There, just wear that jersey. See what he would have said. That would have been amazing. Oh my goodness. Oh, game's over. It's 23-14. 23-14 final score. Roughnecks win this one. We're just staying on because for whatever reason, people, especially Daniel, just decided to start donating crazy money. I'm not gonna say no and turn off the stream while it's happening. This has been holy cow. And again, I will not be streaming the Sunday games next week, but hopefully I will be streaming the Saturday XFL game, depending on if my hotel gets FX. If it does, I'll be streaming that one. The game is over. Thank God. The under cashes, which is good. Did not look good for a long time. It was 25 points, but it ends at 37. And you think you have turnovers that changed it. You had the field goal that was short. Does someone watching you on YouTube Premium earn your money or not? Yes. Yeah, YouTube Premium gets you money. Yes. If you do create memberships for YouTube, I would honestly be honored to buy one. I'm definitely going to look at it. I've definitely thought about doing memberships. I just don't know what I would offer that I don't offer on Patreon already. But I would definitely do memberships down the road. Any of next Sunday's games on ABC? Let's check the schedule. Well, next week I think it's the start of college basketball championship Sunday for some of the lower conferences, like Big South plays games. So there might be. Let's see. It's FX, and ESPN2. So the 1 o'clock game is on FX between St. Louis and DC. Orlando, Arlington is FX. San Antonio, Houston is ESPN2. It's one of the reasons I think the XFL might struggle in some ways because you don't know what channel the networks are, what channel the games are on. You don't know what times the games are on. The Saturday game, Seattle, Vegas, Saturday at 7. That is on FX. The next ABC game is not until San Antonio, Arlington on Sunday, March 26th. It's not for a while. But that's Elite 8 Sunday, so the ratings might not be great for that. Oh, wait a sec. They have a game, San Antonio, Vegas, is Saturday, April 1st at 6 o'clock against the Final Four. But they have one game on Sunday that week. They're going up against the men's Final Four, but that makes no sense. Why do they not play the game on Sunday? This is bizarre. This is absolutely bizarre. I don't get this whatsoever. Yeah, let me just plan ahead and think of that. I watched the Mike Ford video this morning and started to remember something like that happening with social media and countless advancements in technology. Yeah, we will never see that again. We will never see the Mike Ford thing again. To not inform them and then to drive all the way there and not know 48 hours after that you got signed by that team, that was a crazy video to put together. How I found the footage for that, I have no clue. Thanks to the University of Texas, or North Texas rather, Media Archives for having some SMU footage. Yeah, I'm still on. Basically, long story short, Daniel Teichman just decided after the game, because the under hit, to donate over $200. So I am still on. Yeah, one of the WNBA Finals games went against the NFL on Sunday for it. Did, yeah, it did, but they usually go up against the NFL as it is. They usually play on Sundays. So at least I get that to some extent. Not crazy about it, but I get it. But let me think of the streams coming up. So again, next week we'll do Saturday stream, but no Sunday streams. Week 4, unfortunately, no streams. We're back week 5. We'll do streams for every game, including a game at 10 p.m. Eastern between Orlando and Vegas. I live on the West Coast, so that will not be a problem. So we'll have every game week 5. We'll have every game week 6, every game week 7, every game week 8, every game week 9, every game week 10. Semifinal number 1, I'll be in Kansas City for the NFL draft, so I won't do that. But I'll do semifinal number 2, and we'll do the XFL championship on Saturday, May 13th at 8 o'clock. San Antonio Arlington is listed on Sunday, March 19th at 10 p.m. East. Yeah, but the game's at 9. Whoa, what genius thought of that? Orlando, Vegas, Saturday at 10. Okay, I get that. Trust me, I get that. That's a 7 o'clock game in Vegas. Sunday, March 19th at 10 o'clock. The game is starting at 9 o'clock local time on a Sunday night. Are you kidding? Are you actually kidding? 10 o'clock, so 9 o'clock local time on a Sunday night. The game won't be over until midnight. How many people are going to that game? Who thought of that? Who thought that was a good idea? That makes no sense. Oh my goodness. Absolutely idiotic. Why is it May 13th and not the 6th? They want the week off, I think, to build hype. The Mike Ford video, that's the one that just came out today. The craziest signing in Bengals history. Say the line. I'm sorry. What? There you go. Or worse than if you didn't know them at ball to ground in a single play. You know, that's not a typo. That's not a typo. I looked at the website too. Well, going against the USFL hurt the XFL. I think it's going to be in reverse. The XFL will hurt the USFL because the XFL games are playoff games. And the USFL games are not. Plus, the XFL games will have crowds. USFL games will not have crowds outside of the 3 home teams. Will I do March Madness streams? Maybe. That could be something to do down the road. I might do that. We'll see. Oh, wait a sec. Let me think before I think of anything. Week 5, the schedule. Let me think. I might not do every game week 5. I hate to do that. All right, yeah, week 5. So here's the thing. $9.99 from Teichman. Thank you so much. Let me get to that question, and then I'll talk about week 5, why there might be a problem. Who is the better game, and who is the better players, XFL or USFL? XFL for both. XFL during both. We need you to announce the pick of the draft during the pick. We need to hear, and now it's on into our draft pick. The Jacksonville Jaguars select. Yep. I busted out Duval. The problem is that if I announce the pick, I do scouting on every player. Like, I do very in-depth scouting on every player for the most part. Like, I have notes upon notes that I take to the draft with me. Like, I know every player. And let's just say that changing the pick would not be out of the realm of possibility. I might announce the wrong game. Like, if you asked me to announce the number 1 pick this year, I would have said Sauce Gardner or Aiden Hutchinson. I would not have said Trayvon Walker. I would not have done that. I would change the pick. But look, if they want me to announce a pick, I would absolutely love to do it. I would absolutely love to. Yeah, the Mike Ford vid just came out. So wait, so Saturday week 5. Thursday stream is on, Houston, Seattle. The Renegades Brahmas stream Sunday night is on. The other 2 are probably not happening. So I won't do DC, St. Louis, and Orlando, Vegas. Because I may or may not have tickets to see Taylor Swift on her Eras tour. So I might have a conflict there. I won't. If they want me to announce the pick, I will, but I've not been informed or anything to announce the pick. I would love to, though. I'll be there. So the Saturday streams for week 5 are out. So yeah, it's going to be a weird schedule coming up. So week 3, Saturday stream is on. No Sunday streams. Week 4, no streams whatsoever. Week 5, Thursday stream, Sunday stream, no Saturday streams. We're good the rest of the way. Week 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we're good the rest of the way. We're good for the second semifinal game, not the first championship. And we will definitely do the championship. What if we get to the Jags pick and it's Stetson Bennett? If it's the first round pick, I'm tearing up that draft card. If it's day 3, a third string quarterback, I wouldn't be opposed. Although we did re-sign Beathard, I wouldn't be opposed to a third string quarterback though. Wouldn't be opposed. Do I follow college baseball? And if so, what team? I like watching college baseball. High Point, that's my alma mater, so I would say High Point is the team. But our draft streams big hits. They do very well. Grossi streamed as well. McAfee streamed as well. I won't do a draft stream. I'll be at the draft, so that won't happen. But draft streams do very well usually. Yeah, here's the thing. Anything involving the Jaguars, I probably will never stream. So a game, a draft, probably will never stream that. Just in the sense that I am way too invested to do anything else. But a non-Jaguars related thing, like Monday Night Football, yeah, we'll do that. College basketball channel, have I thought about that? I've thought about it. I want to do JGA and JG7 first. Making daily content or every other day content on there, get my ducks in a row before even thinking about future expansion. College basketball is also probably tough with copyright because college football is a pain to do. There's a reason all the clips in the college football videos are under 9 seconds, even if it is fair use. And the reason for that is because Exo Digital Sports and some other companies like that are absolute vultures. Would I even stream the draft given to that I go to almost every one of those? Yeah, even like if I could, the Wi-Fi would be terrible. A Monday Night Jags game, I would not stream that. No, I would not stream that. Hopefully the Texans get their QB in the draft. I hope not, but I think they will. If they got the number 2 pick, they're getting either Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. So I have 250 on Young and 250 on Stroud. I made those bets back in November. So if one of them is the pick, I come out ahead. If one of those is the pick, number 1. Obviously, Texans have the number 2 pick. Thanks to the costliest Hail Mary of all time. That will definitely be a future video at some point. Like 5-10 years down the road. How a 4th and 20 Hail Mary from Davis Mills changed NFL history forever. In a meaningless game otherwise. Texans will draft Dora. Oh, I would love that. If they won't draft Dora, Caillou, 45-year-old Jeff Saturday. I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed. Not even the slightest bit opposed. Do I see Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence in a future AFC championship? Well, I don't know. Well, Young's going to be the number 1 pick. I don't know where he's going. Number 1 pick might stay in the NFC. So if it's the Colts, look, Bryce Young can play. That's a very specific matchup, so probably not. But if he is in the South, there are going to be some good battles between the teams. There are going to be some very good battles. College baseball channel, a possibility in the future is maybe 6 to keep up with the pattern of pro college. You'll probably say college baseball content. Same thing with college football content is copyright's a pain. And on top of that, finding good stories for college baseball, it's tough to find the research necessarily because a lot of newspapers don't report on college baseball. And the other thing is the interest level might not be there year-round like there is for college football or NFL or MLB. College baseball, it's big during college baseball season, but during the offseason, it's kind of a dry spell. Opinion on Richardson. Very gifted quarterback. Very gifted in terms of the physical tools. He can run like no one else. He's got a cannon of an arm. When he's hot, he's hot. He is not even the slightest bit ready for the NFL. He is very, very raw. He is still a good 2 years away from being anything. Anthony Richardson, the fact that he came out, I don't know. I honestly am not crazy about it. Not just as Florida fan, because I would like to have him back. But he's not ready for the NFL. He's not ready. He's still wildly inaccurate. He still has moments where his pocket presence fails him. He's got the tools, but right now he's just got the tools. He doesn't have the toolbox. Who would be the better NFL owner, Mr. Krabs, Dor, or Caillou? Well, Mr. Krabs wouldn't spend anything. He would charge people $100 for concessions. So, he'd be terrible. So it's really Dora or Caillou. Who am I choosing? Dora would at least ask people what they want and would just stare at them for 15, 20 seconds before getting a response, which could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. It could mean mob rule, but sometimes the fans know best and sometimes they don't. She could easily get sabotaged by that. If there are more away fans than home fans and they ask, they could do a poll, you might get sabotaged by that. But Dora has the best chance of working. Caillou, he would lose money on one thing and would immediately cry. So that would be a no. I'm drafting Al Michaels, Mike Goldberg, Caillou from the Texans. Thing is, each one is so talented. It's a coin flip. Yeah, 3-sided coin. Thoughts on Young, Stroud, and Will Levis? I think Young and Stroud, I still have to do a lot of scouting on those guys. But initial indications, Will is wildly overrated. I don't know what the hype is with him. Young and Stroud, I think are going to be very, very good. How do you become a Florida Gators fan? I don't have a local team. So where I grew up, we did not have a local team anywhere nearby. The closest team was in a different state. So we didn't have a local team. Love watching Tim Tebow play. Love watching the Gators play. Love the mascot. Love just the fact they were in Florida. They were winning at the time, so became a Gators fan that way. Why isn't college baseball as popular as college football and basketball? I think a lot of people watch college football because they like seeing the guys go to the NFL. They watch college basketball because they like seeing the stars go to the NBA straight away. College baseball, if there's a star, you're not going to see him in the majors for 4 or 5 years. So I think that plays a part in it. The other part, I think, is the atmosphere. The atmosphere at a lot of college baseball games, at least on TV, doesn't resonate the same way that basketball and football do. The AFC South is going to be T-Law, Young, Stroud, whoever the Titans have. I mean, it depends on if the Colts trade up for the number 1 pick. That could change a lot. Why do you think USC pumped out so many QBs to the draft that never seem to work out at the NFL level? That's a good question. Each quarterback's different. I don't really have a specific answer to that one. Each quarterback is different. They each have their own tools, and I don't know why it hasn't worked out the way. I think Caleb Williams will. When the time comes, Caleb Williams will absolutely work out. There's a reason he is hyped up. There's a reason he is the most hyped prospect at QB, probably since T-Law. And trying to think also, college baseball, why isn't it as popular? I think the other thing is that there are a lot of reasons. There are a lot of reasons. Not that it takes place at the same time as MLB, because obviously college basketball does at the same time as the NBA. College football takes place at the same time as the NFL. But I guess the atmosphere is kind of college football atmosphere versus NFL atmosphere are very different. College basketball versus NBA, even on TV, very different. MLB, on TV, you can't really notice a difference. It's a sport that doesn't really translate well to TV in terms of that. Plus March Madness, big reason why college basketball is popular. That's how they make most of their money. I think 98% of the revenue college basketball makes is from March Madness. My dad compared Caleb Williams to Mahomes. Is that a good comparison? No. Look, Caleb Williams is great. Mahomes is his own specimen. Mahomes is Mahomes. Am I going to be watching the World Baseball Classic? I'll be watching it, yeah. I'm excited for it. I don't think I'm going to go to any of the games. The ticket prices are a bit high for my liking, but because they are playing right in my backyard in Phoenix. But I might go. I might go to one. We'll see. Ticket prices are a bit high. Bit high for what you're getting. Yeah, AFC has all the young talented quarterbacks. NFC has Jalen Hurts, and that's about it. How many Sunday night games for the Jets if they get Rodgers, New York market, Aaron Rodgers? Sunday night games, probably 2. Probably 2. They'll max out primetime games, but probably 2 Sunday night, 2 Monday night, and a Thursday night. Yeah, NFC really is Hurts, and that's it. College baseball and softball isn't as big to the students as basketball and football are. That is true also. Plus, you also have to remember with college baseball, when does the season end with college baseball? It ends after the college season academic calendar year is done. So the bulk, the part that people care about, really, they're not in school for that. So it's a lot tougher to be invested in college baseball when you're not on campus. College football, it's easy to be invested when you're on campus because you're on campus for that. College basketball, same thing. College baseball, your team's doing well. All right, it's the end of the semester. You're now going back to wherever you were for 3 months. I think that plays a part in it too. Do you see the AFC going on a win streak like the NFC in the 80s and 90s? No, the quarterback difference is noticeable, but the talent discrepancy, there's talented teams in both conferences. Do I see them going on a winning streak like a decade long? No. No. Especially, remember, back then there was no free agency. At least during the start of the streak, there was no free agency. So it was easy to have streaks like that, where there was a clear talent shift. Now there's free agency. Things can change so quickly. Yeah, most college baseball and softball players tend to attend classes during the spring and summer. Yeah, but like the general fans. The general fans. Like I call just about every baseball game for my alma mater, but the moment the moment that the academic year ended, we still had like 2 weeks left of the regular season. I didn't call anything. I was back home. I was back with my parents. College hockey is actually bigger than college baseball. I wouldn't say that. I would say regionally there are areas where it is, but across the entire country, no. College baseball is bigger. I would say in terms of popularity, number 1 is college football, 2 is basketball, 3 is women's college basketball, 4 is baseball, 5 is hockey, and I don't know what 6 would be. 6 might be softball, or maybe lacrosse. Although that's very regionalized to the East Coast. Hockey's probably 5. Maybe volleyball? Oh, that's again very regionalized in the Midwest. So I don't know. I don't know. It's an interesting thought experiment. It's an interesting thought. Well, this stream has been absolutely crazy. I don't even know what to say. I really don't even know what to say. I've been on for 7 hours, combined with the game that took place at 2 o'clock today, my time, so 4 o'clock East Coast. It's now close to 11 o'clock. Between the Orlando game and between this and all the donations at the end, I mean, oh my goodness, this has been... I don't even know what to say. I really don't know what to say. You guys have made my night. Oh my goodness. College soccer, lacrosse, and volleyball. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the sport, obviously. Like Duke college basketball is bigger. Kentucky college basketball is bigger. Depends on the sport, but like across the country. If the Colts get strong, the Texans get young, Thursday night game there, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That'll be their one game they get. So what kind of streams are you going to do after XFL's over? I'll do USFL. We're a man in New England college hockey that's more popular than college basketball. Yeah, very regionalized. Like college football's not big in New England at all. Not big in New England at all. Terrible comparisons. Brady, Lamar, Tebow, RG3, JG9 got you. At least Tebow, RG3, they both run. So at least there's some comparison. The worst comparison, but there's at least something there. They both run. But that's about it. All right, I think on that note, after being on for just about 7 hours, I think I have to call it here and start working on the JG9 video coming out and working on the JG7 video they want to have out in the next 48 hours and the JG8 vid. I've got a lot to do. I still have to eat dinner. So I got a lot to do. But thank you guys so much. You guys have made my night. This has been a phenomenal stream. I'll see you guys on Saturday, hopefully, at 7 o'clock Eastern, so 6:45 Eastern for our Week 3 stream. For the Saturday game, again, no Sunday games. We'll do the Saturday stream, and that should be it. So thank you guys for tuning in. This has been phenomenal. Again, final score, Roughnecks 23, Renegades 14. Until next time, this is Joe Gary and I signing off. Have a great rest of your night, everyone. And I will see you guys live for NFL Trivia Wednesday night on Twitch at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll see you guys for the next JG9 video dropping at 9 a.m. And I will see you guys on Saturday for our next XFL stream. Thank you guys again. This has been amazing.